And here we go. It's a Friday. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, Roxanne is walking in right now. I just got a text from you saying that you were going to be late because you had a mystery to solve. Oh, man. We didn't have a mystery in my house last night. We had like a full-blown panic late last night at my house. Holy crap. I got to get into that. Man, Julian, my 19-year-old son, doing kind of like a last hurrah with a bunch of friends from his boarding school. And Julian, kind of at the last minute, well, not last, but like within the last week, they put these plans together for them to fly up to Boston and then drive to Montreal. I don't know the whole deal. Anyway, like 5 friends from boarding school where he just graduated were like, hey, let's all meet in Boston, then we'll drive up to Montreal and hang out for, 3, 4, 5, whatever it was. And last night, at the last minute, less than 24 hours, because they're leaving today from Boston to drive up to Montreal, so crossing the border through Canada.
Right.
Last minute, the Airbnb that they booked canceled on them.
Oh, no.
Last freaking minute, some Airbnb dork face cancels on them, and it's like impossible to find the place because apparently there's like a couple of Metallica concerts this weekend in Montreal.
Yeah, Metallica.
So I'll get into that later on, and then Julian, hopefully, Michelle's going to send me a text because I went to sleep, and then Michelle is trying to help them out and find stuff, and it's like almost everything's sold out. I mean, how rude, how bleeping rude is that for an Airbnb host? And Julian was in constant contact and total communication with this individual. And yeah, when you're a couple of hours out, just email. We're going to give you all the access information, or the morning of, which would have been this morning. And now they're scrambling and totally threw their plans into disarray because there's some jackass Canadian Airbnb host like to find out what the address is, and Julian didn't get the address yet, I'd hire a Canadian arsonist and burn the place down.
Oh God!
No, okay, all right. I wouldn't do that. All right, but no, listen, just a lot of like angst and turmoil in my house late last night. Julian is going to join us. At least he said he'd try to be up. Julian's going to join us at like 8:00 because it's a mess, and he was so pissed off. He just wanted to fly home. He flew to New York and was hanging with a friend in New York, and then took the Amtrak from Penn Station up to Boston, and then went to the friend's house who lives in the Boston area where all the friends were meeting like this morning, to then drive up to one friend actually is flying into Montreal this morning. So he's not driving with the crew. It's just a total freaking mess.
It's a mess, all right.
So, we might take some phone calls later on, about Airbnb hosts that just totally F you over. Now, I got to be honest. We've only rented Airbnb 3 times, and all 3 for us have been great. We just did an Airbnb for the whole family. Remember, Julian graduated up in Connecticut back in early June, and Michelle found this house up in Connecticut where Julian went to boarding school. And it was me, Michelle, it was Chloe, my parents, Michelle's parents. We had this huge house. It worked perfectly. And then when we were in Paris, was it last summer we were in Paris? Yeah, I guess it was last summer we were in Paris. We did an Airbnb in the 16th in Paris. It was fantastic. And then Whistler. When we went skiing last Christmas in Whistler, Michelle found a great deal on Airbnb, and we stayed in a condo at Whistler. We had, Michelle and I, we've had 3 successful Airbnbs, and then some Canadian ass wagon cancels on them within hours of their arrival, which just sucks.
And they gave no explanation?
No explanation. Just cancels outright after Julian has had a total communication with the Airbnb host. So we're all fit to be tied. Just a total freaking mess.
Maybe it was something like a flooding issue or an AC or
they didn't say that.
That they had to.
They didn't say that. Well, you're an Airbnb host,
right?
Aren't
No,
you?
that's happened before where we had people booked and the AC isn't working, or there's an issue with the toilet, something has to be repaired, and
I don't know. Listen,
out.
I'll tell you what. I was thinking that maybe somebody said, "You're what? You're renting an Airbnb to a bunch of 19-year-olds." Metallica's in town this weekend, which I don't think many 19-year-olds are going to Metallica. But what if some friends said, "Oh, yeah, they're going to trash your place. Metallica in Montreal this weekend." Eh? So, and then what's this text that I got from you, Roxanne?
Yeah.
You said, let me see here. This came in at 5:54, so clearly you were already on the road. But you were running a little late this morning. You texted us, "I'm probably going to be late. I had to investigate a mystery at my house."
Yeah, I had a real big mystery in the middle of the night. And I can't say that it's solved, but basically, I heard this noise.
Yep.
And it sounded to me like a flying bobcat landed on my roof, careened down the side of the roof, then scratched its nails and clawed down the tin part of the cage of my patio, my pool.
Yeah.
And
you mean the aluminum part?
Yeah, the aluminum part. That's right.
Yeah, the aluminum frame.
Yes.
So you had a big mystery at your house last night.
And this noise,
was it like this? Was this the mystery?
Hey, Scooby! Scooby!
All right, so tell me about your mystery investigation. Was Velma there?
So hot.
Yeah, I think Velma's got the hots for you, Roxanne. I think Velma wants to get it on. Yeah, Velma's she's looking at you. She's undressing you with her eyes.
She came to investigate in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
No, my instincts were to lie in bed and do nothing and be irritated. And I guess Doug got up to investigate, but I didn't know. I thought he was using the restroom, but he was investigating. He thought that our AC blew up. That's what he thought it was.
That's what a screaming rabid bobcat hitting your roof. That's what it sounds like when your AC blows up?
Yes, so
Yeah, let me get Plan B Air Conditioning on the phone, one of our great sponsors. Hey, Plan B AC, Kenny, when an air conditioner blows up, does it sound like how do you describe it originally?
bobcat falling careening down the side of the house and then scraping the metal of its nails against the aluminum of the pool.
An actual like animal bobcat or bobcat Goldthwait?
House.
Now that you mention it, that's kind of what it sounds like.
All right. Well, I will. Well, do you have a resolution? Do you have an answer to what happened?
Well, we know it wasn't our AC, so I'll tell you the resolution.
All right, hold on. Just getting rolling here on a Friday. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Welcome our early listeners and those listening to the podcast replay and those watching MJ TV this morning. We on MJ TV, we all loaded up. Everything's good? Yeah, because Andrew's out. We got to fill in today. All right, back in a second.
Well,
Roxanne is out of the studio right now, and she walked out a little while ago, and I said, hey, where you go? What's up? And she said, I'm going to jog around the building.
No, first she said, may I be excused?
Oh, she's back. I guess.
How was the jog?
I guess the jog is done. Are you huffing and puffing? Is your heart rate up? Do you have a Fitbit?
You're loopy today, huh?
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I just have had a little bit of a stressful overnight and morning. Nothing tragic, just like trying to get through the day. And I was looking forward to getting here to work. And I said, that first long commercial break we have, or not long, but the song, I'm going to go out in the hall and I'm going to jog and it's going to feel better. And so I do. And that's what I did.
Are you feeling less anxious? Why are you having anxiety this morning?
Because the kids back to school is just
that was yesterday. Get over it.
No.
Get over
it.
Back to school was yesterday. Come on. Yeah.
Last night my kids came home. They were exhausted, so they took naps at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's not good.
Bad. I know, but I was like, oh, they must be just exhausted. So I let them sleep a little bit. Well, then they wouldn't go to bed. So then my daughter's at 10 o'clock. She's like, Mommy, I can't
How
sleep.
long were their naps?
45 minutes or so.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, and then it is a vicious cycle. And then so they came in and, Mom, come sleep with me. I can't fall asleep.
Oh,
so then I was in
no.
there
God.
till
Then you
late.
get suckered into that.
Yeah, and then I was back in my bed and the bobcat explosion on the roof. I don't know what that is.
I think you need to get all pilled up like a lot of the South Tampa mommies.
Yeah.
That's
They don't have any problems.
you need to pop a couple of bars of Xanny.
Take it down.
Some happy pills.
All right. So you took your jog?
Yes, I took my jog.
All
I
right.
feel better. No new developments at the house except for that. Pretty sure it was someone else in the neighborhood's air conditioning that exploded overnight. So somebody's waking up to a real crappy day with no AC.
So you think that somebody's air conditioning exploded in your neighborhood?
That's what Doug tells me that was a sound of, even though I still have my own opinions.
And Doug's kind of a builder.
Yeah, so that's what he said. He said the clanking that you heard was the fan, like flying
like
off.
exploded.
I love his song, Doug the Builder. He has no hair.
That's right.
Well, I guess the fan on an air conditioner blowing up and disintegrating and causing some horrific noise. And what time was this when it happened?
I did not want to look. That's a rule of mine. I don't look at the clock when anything disturbs me in the middle of the night. Because I don't want to know, oh no, I only have another 20 minutes until my alarm's going off. So I never look at the clock.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. And everyone listening right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. Let's say your alarm for me, let's say my alarm is set to go off at 4:50. And I wake up like at 4:25 or 4:30. That's the worst thing in the world. And folks, all of you listening right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where you wake up just a short time prior to the time you're supposed to wake up and you don't get your full built-in sleep. Oh, and speaking of sleep, we've got something that's I saw this earlier in the week and I just didn't get to it, but this is really, really interesting. There's something regarding sleep that we have to talk about, and I find this fascinating. And we'll get to that at 7:45 this morning. It is sleep-related, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Come on. How can that possibly be? Physical versus mental. I'll give you a little, hint on that. But no, I hate when that happens. But I look at the time, and in the old Amityville horror book and movie, that dude woke up, was it 3:15 every morning?
Oh,
yeah. Look that up.
Like that.
We've talked about this in the past.
Yeah.
I think it was 3:15. That George Lutz guy, I think his name was, who bought the house after the son murdered the whole family in the Amityville horror house. And of course, that whole story was all juked up. That story totally fake. I mean, the whole family getting rubbed out by the crazy son. That's all real. That really happened in Amityville in that house with the creepy old, quarter moon eye looking evil windows, which they took those out. Those are gone. Back in like the late 70s, they took, in the Amityville horror, they took those quarter moon creepy windows out and they put regular square windows in. I drove by the house and very close, by the way, very close to where that nut Gilgo Beach serial killer guy, Rex Hewerman.
Yes.
Because Chloe used to do futsal, indoor soccer, with her club team right there in Massapequa Park, right bordering on Amityville. And, of course, the crazy Gilgo Beach serial killer dude, he's from Massapequa. I mean, all within like a couple of miles. But what time did the alarm clock go off?
3:15.
Yeah, it was 3:15.
Right.
Yeah, because I read the book. I saw the movie when I was a kid, the old Amityville horror deal. And the claim was that the demons woke him up every morning at 3:15 in the morning. So
It's 3:14. We gotta go wake him up. Can't be late. Get out of bed.
And
It's
then-
3:14.
What if the demon oversleeps?
Damn it.
and then the voice said,
This weekend at Raymond James Stadium, it's Monster Jam.
Man.
or whenever I think it's coming up soon. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's
at-
not. It's at Amalie.
Right. It's at Amalie Arena. I
How do
think
they
it's-
have enough space?
Well, they do it at hockey or basketball arenas in other parts of the
But
country.
There's enough space to run those monster
Yeah,
trucks.
they don't have the big track layout
I'll
like
tell you
they
what.
do at the Raymond James.
I want to see Danny McBride. I want to see the Righteous Gemstones monster truck in there.
The Redeemer.
The Redeemer. That's right. That's what I want to see. In the
So did you see on HBO Max, and I only saw the commercial for
Right.
it, there's a behind-the-scenes build of the Redeemer.
I saw a promo
Yes.
for it, but I wasn't that interested in the building of the Redeemer monster truck
I might be.
from the Righteous Gemstones, although that is a phenomenal TV show, and I recommend that if you have HBO or HBO Max or whatever the hell they call it now, Max. Hey, they named the streaming service after your son, Froggy.
Yeah,
That
look
was
at
just-
that.
that
Where's
would-
my royalties?
That was just Max. So The Righteous Gemstones is just a laugh out loud, phenomenal series created and starring Danny McBride and an amazing ensemble cast. So where were we? We were talking about your anxiety, and you won't look at the alarm clock. You
No.
won't look at the time when you wake up.
No, never, because then you start to do the math. Oh, great, I only have X amount more time to sleep.
Yeah, but then if you don't look, you don't know. So you're like, crap, I really want
Yeah.
to. What time is it, really? Do I only have 10 minutes or do I have 3 hours?
Roxanne,
Don't you wanna know?
you've got some weird quirks and hangups.
So listen to this. So Doug
Yeah.
thought it could have been our AC that exploded.
Yeah.
So you know how when it's cooling overnight, it kicks off.
Can I peeve you for a second? Can
Huh?
I pet peeve you?
Yeah. Go.
You keep saying RAC. It's our.
Oh,
I'm not a big hour.
No,
that
but
takes a lot of
It's
mouth
but
movement to do
R
that.
is ARE and our.
okay, Mr.
Hour-
K-Man.
Our is OUR. No, it's listen. I'm sorry. It's
Tell us
that's-
about the fires in Hawaii right now, okay?
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Exactly. You like to have. You know,
I mean, please, everybody has their own little swing on the words.
I don't pronounce everything perfectly.
Well, I think it's more of a dialect thing than anything else.
No, but it's not you. It's not personally you, but that always bugs me when people say, yes, it's our 50th wedding anniversary, or it's our, it's our son's it's ARE versus OUR.
Well, it could be confusing if I say our AC. Then it's like, wait a second, does your AC have a timepiece attached to it? Why did she just say our?
That's
our,
what exactly
right?
I would think.
What
All
do you,
right.
yeah, what,
Wow.
what do you say?
The rabbit holes in your head, boy, I tell you, sometimes.
So listen. So Doug gets up and he cranks our temperature low because he wants to make sure it's not our AC.
Our
AC that's busted.
Yes, okay.
So he cranks it down. So then I wake up again in the middle of the night, freezing because he's like got it at 69 or something.
Yeah.
And then
Is there a
so
reason why you picked that number?
so then I go and switch it back up to 74, and then he thinks it's broken again. So then so it was just that was
Another
going on
vicious
too.
cycle. There's a lot of those in your house, apparently.
Yeah, the fun and games at Roxanne's house. All right, I have a tremendous pile of morons in the news. I want you to think about something. Your hand gets chopped off. What's that worth?
Which hand?
Well, there are a couple of interesting, intricate details at play here. Now, the first thing I thought of is someone gets their hand chopped off at work, And it's just a weird little detail here that I want to get into, and that's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. We like to moron. All right, here we go. Early morons in the news, 6:40 at the MJ Morning Show. And, of course, back to school continues. Most local area schools went back yesterday. Polk County is straggling. Polk County goes back today. And then I believe real slackers, Hernando goes back on Monday, right? Was it Hernando?
Yeah, Hernando County's.
Wasn't there a song from ABBA? Hernando.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, Hernando by ABBA. Yeah, that was a big. Oh, no, that was Fernando.
No, it was Hernando. It was Hernando. Fernando.
Was it about the county?
All right. So, how much is a hand worth?
Dude, you could chop my hand off for $500 million.
500 mil.
Yeah, I'll get a bionic one.
All right. Now, there could be, I would guess, a civil lawsuit, but this just caught my attention. I mean, listen, this just hit me as weird. This is up in Michigan. There is a meat processing plant where a teenager was working and his hand was chopped off by meat processing equipment.
Ooh.
Oh, first of all, what is a 13-year-old doing working in a meat processing?
No, he's not 13.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. It wasn't.
He's like 16.
Was it 17 though? Yeah. No, seriously.
Okay.
Isn't that kind of young? 17
Yeah.
years old, you work in a meat processing plant?
I mean,
You can't work in our factory unless you're 18 and above.
Well, doesn't
or it'll get
OSHA,
smashed.
doesn't the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, don't they have for certain like jobs and with dangerous equipment?
Yeah.
I mean, don't they have like rules and regulations about working in a meat grinding plant? I mean,
Michigan meat factory.
yeah, we
Well, Mom, I'm off to the meat grinding factory with my Spider-Man lunchbox.
Don't lose your hands.
Come back with 10 fingers.
This is at the Ionia Meat Company. It's a meat processing plant, and they have been hit with a fine. And this is why I'm like, that's it? Really? A 17-year-old kid loses their hand, and you're fined this? So that's why I was asking, hey, how much is a hand worth? Now, there might be civil litigation. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like what the guy got.
well, no, we don't know yet because this is just a fine for the teen getting his hand chopped off.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the family's probably going to go after them civilly.
Oh, for sure. Like in the machinist, when that guy loses his arm, he
tell you
gets
what,
like $10 million.
I don't know if the Kemp Law Group has a Michigan branch, but
Right?
This is right
Better
up their
open one.
alley. Yeah. Listen to this. The owner of a meat company in Lansing, Michigan, at this processing plant, was sentenced Tuesday for employing a minor after the teenager lost his hand on the job. The Michigan Department of Attorney General says the 17-year-old worker's hand was severed by a meat grinder at U.S. Guy's processing plant in Lansing, in Saranac, a village in Michigan. Anyway, someplace in Michigan. We're told the plant's owner, 55-year-old Darren Wilbur, pleaded guilty in June.
Wilbur.
Listen to this. The state of Michigan says that Wilbur was sentenced to pay $1,143 in fines and other related expenses, and that's it.
What?
So
It's like
that's
$200 a finger.
That's why I was asking, how much is a hand worth chopped off in a meat grinder at a meat plant on a 17-year-old? And when I look at the story, when I see the details here, that he was sentenced and fined for employing a minor. So maybe what we were guessing, a 17-year-old, of course, is a minor, and maybe shouldn't have been working in a situation where there's dangerous meat grinding equipment. So this is Michigan. I don't know if the guy's going to have issues with the feds, with OSHA, for instance.
So was that fined for employing the kid or for the kid losing his hand?
It's both.
Oh, wow.
It's like both. So that's why I was saying, man, like a 17-year-old loses a kid, loses a hand. 17-year-old loses a hand, and it's $1,143.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Michigan said our labor laws were written to protect children from dangerous workplaces. However, they lack teeth. Needed to properly hold bad employers accountable for violations. Oh, yeah. A $1,143 fine. That's really going to hold the employer accountable for their actions.
That'll teach him.
I wonder if it's going to end up on one of my favorite YouTube channels, Industrial Accidents.
I mean, if there were a camera on the floor, possibly.
Folks,
Can't wait.
every day, Froggy reveals a new YouTube channel that he follows. So there's actually an industrial accident.
Oh, yeah. I saw a lady get turned into hairspray, basically, when she got caught up in a machine.
Why hairspray?
Because she sweat against the wall.
She got pulverized.
She
so
got
quickly.
demolished into
vaporized.
Vaporized is what I'm looking for.
That's the word you're looking for. Vaporized.
Yes, I've never seen anybody be vaporized, but yesterday I did.
Hey, if you're driving around in an SUV
Yes.
and the license plate reads "We High,"
No, that's just asking for it.
seriously, if you're driving around in an SUV and the license plate reads WE and then HIGH, we high. Missouri guy arrested over the weekend in a vehicle with the Vanity license plate in Missouri, we high. The man was not identified publicly, was taken into custody. Resisting arrest was also added to the charge. Fleeing. This happened last weekend, Saturday night. Officers initially detained both men who were driving the vehicle, an unnamed passenger, when they drove away from the initial stop. So they were pulled over, and they decided we're not hanging out for this, and they flee the initial traffic stop. During the ensuing pursuit, police noticed the Land Rover's Vanity license plate read "We High."
Yeah. I bet they were.
Oh, man. A lot of states, though, they have the lists of banned license plates. And, we've had those stories where someone has had a license plate for years and then someone complains and then suddenly it's put on the hit list. And there have been stories that we've done with some of these customized, personalized Vanity license plates where they were issued and then the state, DMV, they want the plate back. There was a recent story. What was the one? We had a recent story about a license plate that someone had for years, and then suddenly it became offensive. Oh, you got to return the license plate, and the person didn't want to do it. And
Was
then
it Ass Man?
No.
Yeah, Kramer had to give his license plate back.
Have you seen any of those sovereign citizen license plates that say private? This is not for commerce or whatever.
Let me guess. There's a YouTube channel for sovereign citizens.
Yeah, absolutely there is, but I want to see one of those plates because you're just asking for it, man, if you put those on.
All right, I want to talk about, so this is rough. This is a little rough, but this is just a quick mention. I'm not going to belabor it. I was
Rougher than a lost hand?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Do you remember the 6-year-old kid that shot the teacher up in Newport News in Virginia?
No.
Do you remember
I
that?
actually don't.
Come on.
I remember the news story, yes.
The
It
news
was
story,
last
it's
year.
in the last 6 months. I think it was earlier this year.
Last school year.
It was last school year. 6-year-old Virginia kid shot and wounded his teacher with his mother's gun. Remember, the kid brought the gun to school, 6 years old.
And he said something. He says the kid said something to the cops that was really disturbing. I can't remember what it was.
Well, listen to this. This is new. This just came out. According to the investigation and unsealed search warrants, after the 6-year-old kid shot the teacher, like his first grade teacher. This happened in Newport News, Virginia. In the Tidewater, Hampton Roads area, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Newport News, Hampton. And the kid, according to the police unsealed search warrant, the 6-year-old bragged to a school employee after he shot the teacher, quote, "I shot that bitch dead."
Okay.
6 years old. What is going on? That is new information. We didn't know he said that.
Wow.
It's a cold-blooded kid.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? 6 years
That's
old?
what it was.
I don't think he knows what he's saying.
Quote, "I shot that bitch dead." A 6-year-old. What is going on in this world?
I mean, they're just extensions of their home life, aren't they?
I'd say.
After the first grader shot Abigail Zwerner at Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News on January 6th, it was Jan 6th, reading specialist Amy Kovac, I think that's Andy Kovac's cousin,
Nobody knows.
held the boy until the cops arrived, according to documents obtained by Channel 3 WTKR in Norfolk, right there on Bush. He said, quote, "I did it. I shot that bitch dead." Is that unbelievable?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is absolute. I mean, think of your 6-year-old kid, or when your kid was 6, or maybe you've got, a 6-year-old that you know.
Roxanne is a 6-year-old,
yeah,
don't you?
I have a 6-year-old, so does Fester.
Yeah, Fester,
Yeah.
that's right. Both you guys have 6-year-olds. I mean, imagine your kid shooting a teacher and then saying, "At 6 years old, I shot that bitch." I mean, that is unfreaking believable. I mean, I can't even comprehend that.
Can't imagine what the kid has heard at his own house.
My God. All right. Early morons in the news here on the MJ Morning Show. Loaded Friday morning. Froggy just made me aware of something, so I'm going to assume the worst. Froggy, just a few minutes ago, off the air, made a comment about something that he's doing.
No, that was just for conversation between friends.
Well, I'm assuming the worst.
Fester.
Yeah, we're the friends.
So I guess I did eavesdropping over here.
Great.
All right.
What's new?
All right, so hang on. We'll get to that next and a whole lot more here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You know what? I've got a couple of other additional morons in the news I want to get to. In fact, so hold on, stand by. We're loaded up here on a Friday on the MJ Morning Show. I want to talk to you about your power bill. And 105, 703, pretty well-known rapper arrested here in Florida. Give you the details. I don't know what it is. This dude apparently is just a magnet for trouble because he had another incident at a fitness club. So hold on, we'll tell you who, what happened. The cops involved, obviously, and that's in just a second. First, though, Froggy, are you going to need Monday off?
Why do you say that?
Oh, because you're going to a concert tonight, so it just seems...
Okay, I see what you did. That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's not completely fair, MJ.
So
it's not.
It's only half fair.
Here's the deal. I overheard Froggy and Fester talking about weekend plans, and Froggy, you told Fester that you were going to see... what band are you going to see tonight?
It's a pop punk show. It's from a bunch of bands back from the 2000s that I used to enjoy, and now they're playing again. I'm going to go see the Starting Line tonight, and also Newfound Glory. I think you might have heard of them.
Yes, but
they're all right.
Also, didn't you? Now, where is this?
All American Rejects.
Oh yeah. Oh, bring up that All American Reject song.
I don't know any.
What
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
song?
I'll give you hell.
That's right.
Big fan. You want to come?
Yeah. Hold on. Who are you going with?
I'm going with my buddy John.
So your wife doesn't go to these things with you.
She doesn't like concerts like that because I like to get in the thick of it. You know, I like to elbow people in the face. I jump right in the middle of the good stuff.
Where's this being held? What venue?
I think there's a little place called the Amp. Have you heard of it? Amphitheater?
Yeah, I have heard of the amphitheater.
Never heard of it.
So
right there.
Yeah. With like the tool shed back. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that.
Oh, the thing that looks like a shed. Yes.
Well, remember there were all the complaints years ago? Remember the neighbors? And like there were no houses right next door, but there were some neighborhoods within like a half a mile.
Right.
And the sound coming off of the amphitheater was like driving the neighbors nuts. And remember they built that whole shell around
sound deflection wall,
and it just looks like it's like a tool shed. It's like corrugated metal. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing.
No,
but they have good shows.
Oh, listen, the amphitheater does have good shows, but after they had to modify it to kind of keep the sound in or to mitigate the sound pollution that some of the neighborhoods were complaining of, it just does. It's not very aesthetically pleasing. But every time I drive by the amp, listen, I've been to some great shows at the amphitheater. I've got no issue with the amp. I've been to some great shows there. I've enjoyed the amphitheater. But every time I'm on I-4 and I drive by, I'll look at the Hard Rock across the street and I'll say, Hard Rock looking good over there.
That's nice.
They really built a nice looking complex over there at the Hard Rock. And then I look at the amphitheater and it's like some cow barn roofing material that they just slapped on the...
Hey, call in Cousin Cletus to bring us a singing venue.
I'll take care of that.
Hey, we want big pieces of aluminum here and some duct tape right there.
I got Flex Seal. That's all I got.
That's all. Bring it.
It looks like a high school shop class built it. I mean, it
looks like
it does.
It looks like a homemade art piece.
And if that place ever gets hit with a tornado, you're gonna flying pieces of like metal siding that's gonna fly all over.
It's got to be up to code to handle some kind of category storm.
I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking? It might be a 3-day recovery from this concert. Maybe I will take Monday.
Yeah, so I'm being a smartass, ladies and gentlemen, because last week, Froggy. He took a 4-day weekend. Remember, I took last Friday off.
Took Friday off to go see a movie.
No, no. We went up.
What do you know?
It wasn't to see a movie. We went up to see Chloe, and we happened to add on.
I've seen that movie. That's a good movie.
We added on Oppenheimer up in New York in IMAX 70 millimeter. That's the way to see it. So last Friday, we did a best of show. Because we flew up Thursday after the morning show on Thursday, we flew up. But Froggy not only took last Friday off since we were out, since I was going to New York last weekend.
Well, I didn't know you were going to be out.
Froggy also took Thursday off. Now, we were all here Thursday, and then I rushed to the airport. Fester drove me immediately to Tampa International after we signed off the show at 9:45, and then I had to rush to the airport. But Froggy, you took last Thursday off because you went to that wrestling event at the Sundome and you couldn't make it in the next morning. Yeah. I mean, my God.
Me and Max are still talking about it. It was a good night.
So I'm being a wise ass that you're going to see this concert at the amphitheater tonight, Friday night.
Real funny.
I'm waiting for Froggy to call in sick or he needs some recovery time. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday not enough. He's going to need to take Monday off.
Sunday I'm going to go see a concert as well. Sunday night.
What concert Sunday night?
Guttermouth.
There's no such thing as Guttermouth.
What? Yeah, there is.
Is it really?
It's one of the best punk bands ever.
What's Guttermouth's big hit?
Kung Fu.
No, you're
Look it up.
You're making this.
If there's not a Guttermouth song named Kung Fu, I'll give you $100. I'll give you $100. Look it up, Kung Fu Guttermouth.
All right, hold on.
You want to bet?
All right, hold on a minute.
You always think I just make up this
I
stuff.
go to Google here.
And I'm pretty sure you'll like this song.
Just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. All right, now hit enter.
Enter.
All right, now type in Guttermouth
Go to the
and
search bar.
Kung Fu. There's no song.
Gutter.
Guttermouth Kung Fu. There's no song. Kung Fu.
You're close, Froggy. You're close.
What is it called?
Well, Kung Fu Records is.
No.
No?
Yeah, it's right
They have
there.
an
No,
actual song?
it's not
Yeah,
right
right there.
No, there is no Kung Fu by Guttermouth. You're even making. You're making up
Listen,
the damn band's
listen.
name. Hold on, what?
Listen to the song.
There is no song. What is
yes,
this?
there is. This is the Kung Fu song.
Guttermouth.
Oh, it's called Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee versus the Kiss
crank it.
Army. Hold on, is this?
I want to fight your brother. Him against me.
If this
That's Kung Fu.
but the song is not called Kung Fu. It's called Bruce Lee versus the Kiss Army.
Listen, right here, he's going to do a couple of hi-yas. This gets really good.
Oh, man.
Now, this is the kind of music we should play on the show.
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
Q105!
Here we go.
Guttermouth! When did they start singing?
The smoke is clearing, you can see. Yeah! Peter and Stanley.
Oh, my God. I can't listen to that. It's going to give me a freaking headache.
All right, so I have to say Froggy was right.
No.
Yeah.
Here.
Listen,
Yeah,
he
you're
was pretty-
close enough.
Guttermouth is real, but the song's not called Kung
No,
Fu.
it's called Bruce Lee. You know, sometimes just in the.
Ha! So I'll be at that show Sunday night, and that's going to be an intense one.
You're close enough to get credit for that
The
one.
lead singer of that band is famous for letting the audience spit on him.
So, what?
Yeah. He goes like
the
this.
lead singer
Yeah.
allows the audience to. Oh, that really works well in the time of COVID.
Yes. I can't wait.
And the summer resurgence of COVID. When do they get to the chanting? I'll give you hell. Oh, da, da.
So I think another All-American Reject song is Dirty Little Secret, right?
I'll keep you mind dirty. Yes.
It sounds just like Froggy's rendition.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Excellent
having a heart attack. That song made me ill.
So, guess what? The rapper known as Tekashi 69
Oh, I'm such a big
Oh,
fan.
dude.
I
Yeah.
love that guy.
arrested Wednesday night for failing to appear on charges stemming from a traffic violation. According to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, 27-year-old Daniel Hernandez, who lives in Castleberry, which is close to Orlando, he was issued, this is crazy, he was issued a citation for driving 136 miles an hour in a 70 on the Florida Turnpike.
Tekashi.
What is it? Was it in the rainbow-colored McLaren that he always?
The hell?
Takashi's the one he got his butt beat at the
Yeah,
gym
Because
a
he
couple
snitched on
months
a bunch of
back.
guys.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know what? Hold. I don't want to get too late here.
I could give you the whole history of Tekashi.
Hold on to that thought. But can you be doing 136 miles an
Jeez.
hour? My God! So he didn't show up to court. So they issued an arrest warrant, and he was arrested. But he also got like his butt beaten at some health club, some fitness club in Boca.
Right.
I think it was right near Del Boca Vista.
Right down the road.
I think it was over
Jerry's
the
dad watched.
exactly.
Oh my God!
It's go time. You know? All right, 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, good news. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next, an hour and 20 minutes. And my son Julian should join us around 8 o'clock. Just a massive problem. Julian and his friends, they had an Airbnb booked and they canceled last night at the last minute. And this is from Montreal, Canada, so like they got no place. This is just, hey, we'll get to all that and a whole lot more coming up on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. on Q105, MJ and the crew here, Roxanne and Fester and Froggy. School is back, and today you got Polk County going back. Yesterday, the bulk of our counties went back to school. Today it's Polk, and then Hernando's going to be on Monday. Oh, you know what I saw? And I'm going to ask something bizarre here, and Roxanne, Froggy, Fester, maybe you guys know this. Are kids in Florida, or in our case, because we're all Hillsborough County, and we work here in Pinellas County every morning. We're our studios for Q105 are here in Pinellas, but we're all Hillsborough County residents. Me and Roxanne and Fester and Froggy, and my kids, haven't been in school in a while, but I had no idea. There are some schools that don't let kids bring sunscreen to school. Have you heard of this? I mean, are kids in Hillsborough County or surrounding county, are they allowed to bring sunscreen to school? This is just weird. This is bizarre.
I don't know that I came across that. I don't know.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I stumbled with all, schools across the country going back to school, in the next couple of weeks. I saw about a new South Carolina law. A new law in South Carolina lets students bring sunscreen to school without a doctor's note.
What?
I'll tell you this: the kids can't.
I can't bring some banana boat, some copper tone.
Copper tone, yeah.
I can't bring some sunscreen to school without a doctor's note.
Well, I know that kids can't they can't bring aspirin.
Well, I know.
But under that,
oh
guise,
my God! If you bring a Tylenol to school, some schools treat it like you're dealing crack out of your locker. You know?
Yeah. So I mean,
oh my God! He's got aspirin. Oh my God! He has drugs. Oh my God! Holy! It's like you're Gus Fring in the chicken joint running all kinds of meth. You got an aspirin in your locker or in your backpack.
School boards love to say this stuff like zero tolerance, and if you bring like a Benadryl,
Benadryl, you might as well have like 8 keys of Coke.
So we're very aware that we don't let anything go to school, but that goes on to like an ointment or even something like Neosporin.
Oh my God! It's an ointment for eczema. Oh my God! He's trafficking fentanyl.
All of that has to go through the school nurse and has to be taken or used like in the school nurse's presence.
But I saw that South Carolina now will allow the students to bring sunscreen to school without a doctor's note. I had no idea that you couldn't bring sunscreen. And for the first time starting this upcoming school year, South Carolina families will be able to send their kids to school with sunscreen.
Okay.
I think in the Sunshine State, we're allowed to bring sunscreen.
Well, that's why
Are you sure?
That's why I was asking you guys, because, you guys have kids in Hillsborough County schools right now, and I didn't know what the deal was.
I'll test it out tomorrow. I'll send 3 bottles of zinc.
I send my kids to get burned out at PE. We don't need no stinking sunblock. Get out there.
Yes, your child's been taken into custody by the school resource officer for trafficking in banana boat.
What's this big bottle of NOAD?
Right? So Tekashi 69.
When I said I was a big fan and I lied earlier, I don't know anything about this guy other than
I do.
Can we play some of his music?
No, you definitely cannot.
He has like a 6'9" tattooed on his face.
Yeah.
No, he has like 600 of them.
Does he?
So
Again,
Tekashi 69 is a menace. And, he almost did a huge federal stretch. I think he did like 2 years. I'll dig that up in a second. But I was blown away at the speed in which he was going. So a big story here in Florida today is that Tekashi 69, a well-known rapper, big in the rap world, was arrested in Palm Beach County following a traffic violation. Real name is Daniel Hernandez, was taken into custody for failing to appear. Online jail records show that he was released on bond yesterday, just after midnight. His attorney did not immediately give a comment. Deputies were conducting traffic enforcement when they observed the vehicle commit a moving violation, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. In a statement, they also observed that the vehicle did not have a license tag. I mean, this guy, just you name it. This guy, he's involved in gun running. I mean, everything. So They stopped the car. They identified him as Tekashi 69, the rapper.
By the big 6'9" tattoo on his face.
His license is suspended, and he had an active traffic warrant and an arrest warrant for failing to appear for a July 12th court date. This dude had a July 12th court date that he didn't go to, and he just got pulled over for another traffic infraction. This guy's a menace. Now, the July 12th court date, that was for a ticket that he got doing 136 miles an hour in a 70 on the Florida Turnpike. He was pulled over by the FHP on June 11th, 136 in a 70. Are you kidding me? They pulled him over northbound near mile marker 86, wherever the hell that is. According to the document, the trooper also cited him for not having proof of insurance and operating an unregistered vehicle. He was driving a Lamborghini. 136 in a, is it 70 or 75 in that stretch of the turnpike? I think it's 70.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in that stretch in a while.
I mean, maybe it's 75.
I don't think it's 75, yeah.
That is nuts. 136? And then this dude, also, he was in a huge fight at a gym. He was assaulted by a group at a gym in Boca Raton, I think. Or was it Lake Worth?
What started that fight?
I don't
Froggy
know.
knows, right?
I don't know.
Froggy knows the complete
Well, he
history.
has he would do a thing called not checking in when he would go from city to city because he was a gang member, apparently.
Yeah.
And when you're a gang member, I believe you're supposed to check in with other gangs when you go to their towns. And he would be like, New York, I'm coming, I'm not checking in, and all whatever. And he also snitched on a gang in New York. Threw them all under the table to get himself out with the federalities.
Well, was that the gun charge? Because in 2019, Tekashi 69 was sentenced to a reduced 2 years in federal prison after he pleaded guilty to multiple counts of racketeering, firearms offenses, and drug trafficking.
It's all gang stuff.
He could have been sentenced to 47 years in federal prison, but he cut a deal with federal prosecutors, ended up with a 2-year stretch.
And so now he's known as a snitch, a rat.
In the business, yeah.
Because he helped to put away 2 leaders of a violent New York gang.
Yes.
And then he was released early the next year. I don't even think he did his full 2 years. So in that world, if you rat it out.
I think it's the Treyway.
But the point is, why, and I don't condone this, but why is he still breathing? If he routed out other gang members, wouldn't he?
That's the thing. Like, everybody expects he's going to get killed.
Wouldn't he be on a hit list?
You would be such a good mob boss.
He has
we would have the family meeting. MJ goes, I just have one question. Why is this guy still breathing?
Yeah, I just got one question, Christopher.
I got you, boss. All right, he won't be breathing anymore.
That's good.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I didn't go get a pork roll down at Satriani. Is that right?
What a good mob leader MJ would be.
There's a great documentary on him. I don't know if it's on Netflix or what, but it covers his whole deal, and it's very interesting. So
he was assaulted at a gym in Lake Worth?
I'm surprised he didn't get killed there.
Because he didn't check in with the local gang?
No.
Is
what I tell you?
Is that what you... No, I'm asking you.
Yes.
That's why.
He does not check in. He has castanets the size of Canada, as they say.
I knew a guy who was in a motorcycle gang, and he had to check in when he traveled. With like the Hells Angels, like the local Hells Angels.
Are you serious?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was in a different gang. He was like much smaller.
But was he on his bike wearing like the leather jacket with all the patches on the back that says the so-and-so motorcycle club?
Yeah, you have to wear the jacket, and he knew that when he traveled, he had to make
if you go
arrangements.
into their territory, you got to let them know.
And
hey, I would like to request safe passage.
You ever tried to walk into Chad and Christie's studio? You can't. You have to check in.
Check in.
Because we're from another radio show. It's like another gang.
Or else...
That is true.
Christy's going to pull a shank on me.
Well,
is that it?
She is the tough one.
That's what I heard. 7:35 at the MJ Morning Show. In the middle now of 1 hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. Non-stop MJ is on. Now, I had no idea this is a deal. I had no clue whatsoever. Bartenders are pissed at a certain generation. What? Tell me, when you think of a bartender getting ticked off, and I'm just going to give you a couple of clues. Let me see if you guys can guess. I'm not going to drag this out. So, bartender pissed at a certain behavior of Generation Z. So Generation Z of legal drinking age. Chloe is Generation Z. Chloe's 21. She'll be 22 in 9 days on the 20th. So Chloe's Generation Z. There is something that Generation Z is doing that's pissing off bartenders.
Tip related. Is it tip related?
No, but that's a good guess because there have been a number of stories lately how Generation Z are awful, terrible tippers, followed by millennials, that they're not tipping anywhere near as well as Gen X, and other generations. So any clue, guys? Any clue at all?
They order stupid drinks.
That's a good one.
You're getting closer, but no.
Or
So,
they order drinks they see off of TikTok.
so Roxanne, your guess was what?
It had to do with their tipping.
No, but not a bad guess. And then Fester, you say ordering stupid drink. What is a stupid drink?
Like I follow a guy on social media, and all he does is makes videos of these concoction drinks that are really fruity and bougie.
Just
I don't know.
give me a bourbon or a rye.
That's right.
Just straight up, man. Just give it to me neat, man.
Give me a neat rye with rye toast on the side.
But wait, but I do like if you know how. I like a good old fashioned. If you know how to make a good old fashioned, then I'm happy with a good old fashioned. But Fester, no. All right, Froggy. Before I give it away, any idea why bartenders are all ticked off at Gen Z? And Gen Z is what, 1996 to
like 2012.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's because they sit at the bar. Son of a bitch.
I know you didn't even get it out, but because I know you're going to be wrong. But what's your guess?
What are you talking about?
Well,
I don't know.
Go ahead.
You know what?
No, just tell me.
Screw it. I don't want to guess.
I'm sorry. Please guess.
Please guess.
Okay. They're on their phone.
What a dumb answer.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I won't.
They're on the phone at the bar. They're on their phone.
No, that's wrong.
You know what? I don't give a turkey.
No, hold on. I'm giving you the real answer now. Apparently, Gen Z does not carry a bar tab. They want to close it out after every drink.
That's weird.
Say what? Generation Z wants to close out the tab after every round.
And to get this straight,
instead of running a tab.
Right. It's not like they're saying, okay, I just want one drink. I'm just going to have one round. I'm done. I'm out. This is like, I'm going to keep drinking, but I'm going to keep charging different. That's crazy.
Well, you don't know how long the night's going to last. I'm just going to set up the account right now, and then 30 minutes later, I'll have another one.
Any bartenders? Check in. If you're a bartender, just check in with me. If this is real, because the story originally came from New York Times Magazine. A story editor, a writer for New York Times Magazine, apparently did some kind of blurb on this, how Generation Z does not want to carry a bar tab. Hey, you go to a bar, hey, you want to start a tab, you turn over the credit card, but Generation Z, they want to pay after every single round. If we have bartenders listening, I'd love to just get this confirmed or denied. Or are there other annoying traits? 800-990-1047. I mean, the stuff you learn. I thought it was fascinating. But just the cultural differences. Something as simple as go to a bar and drinking, and people that run a tab and those that. What is the problem? What is the aversion with Generation Z to starting a bar tab? All right, let's see if we can get any bartenders. I know it's kind of early. It's 7:40. So a lot of bartenders, maybe they work late, they're sleeping. But if you're a bartender, does this ring a bell? Does this resonate with what I'm saying? 800-990. Oh, Mike, look, I didn't even get the phone number. Every line is ringing.
I mean,
I love it. Our audience is so good. Our audience is phenomenal. I don't even have to give out the phone number. Every line is already ringing. All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is how you get on. What are we going to say, Fester? Because Andrew's out today, so we've got
Wes.
Wes is our fill-in, so he's screening calls right now.
Doing a great job there, Wes.
He's doing a great job.
Wes is a Gen Z.
Oh, he's Gen Z all the way, man.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
All right. So Chase is in Clearwater. Let me just grab Chase right off the bat. Hi, Chase. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing well.
Go ahead, Chase.
I haven't so much seen the closing out after every round. I've seen a little bit of that, but Honestly, I don't really have a problem with that because kind of keeps things fresh. You don't have to worry about keeping track of anything. Now, if they want to do that, they have to wait every once in a while for me to run a tab if I'm doing something else.
But I also heard that when you run a tab, it tends to juice up the sales, meaning that you tend to sell more if there's an open tab.
That's true. I mean, you can build up your tab, but it also depends on like what part of the bar you're working. Like you could be in the well, where you're making drinks for the servers.
Right.
So, and then plus during, when guests are waiting to be seated, you can just go ahead and make drinks for them. And those are always just one round payout.
Now, where are you a bartender? Do you want to say?
Yeah, it's a restaurant. It's a restaurant brewery over here on my side of the town. BJ's Brewery.
Oh, yeah. So I think, Fester, you know what it is, right?
Yeah, BJ's, yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you,
Now,
buddy.
I got a question for him. I want to ask him if he knows how to make a specialty drink.
Go ahead.
Hey, sir, you there?
Go ahead. I'm here. Go ahead.
Do you know how to make a red snapper kamikaze Long Island iced tea? Black Russian fuzzy navel and a sex on the beach. Margarita, Bloody Mary, slow gin fizz. You can make them all on the rocks with a twist. They're just going to a 10 and I highly recommend you call 1-800-BAR-10.
Did you go to that school, sir?
Can you make those drinks, sir?
Whip that up.
2 Shirley Temples for you guys, no problem.
Take them all.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the call. Let me grab
I forgot the lyric.
Crystal in Tampa. What the hell just happened here? All right, Crystal, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Crystal. Welcome.
So it is very true. Gen Z is awful. They never want to run a tab, and I feel like they're just super cheap and they don't want to pay for their friends. My generation, it's, hey, I'll grab the first round, you grab the second round. Gen Z is, I pay for my drink, you pay for your drink, and you pay for your drink.
So you totally agree that Gen Z wants to close out after every single drink, every round?
I do it every day.
Well, do you want to say where you work or not really?
Sure, I work at Hula Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A fine establishment.
Yeah, but Crystal, how much are drinks?
I mean, they range. The cheapest one's probably $8.
See,
up to 16.
When I was going out buying the first round for my friends, beers were like $1.50. Now you buy for 6-8 friends, you're spending $50-$60. I can understand wanting to just keep your own tab open, right?
Yeah, Froggy's holding his hand up. What do you want to ask her?
Oh, I got a bartending question for you, ma'am. Are you there?
I'm here.
Have you ever made a red snapper kamikaze Long Island iced tea? Black Russian fuzzy navel and a sex on the beach. Margarita, Bloody Mary, slow gin fizz. You can make them all on the rocks with a twist. Who's just cool to a 10 and I highly recommend you call 1-800-BAR-10. Have you ever made those?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but we don't accept people that go to that school.
What? BS.
That's the Harvard of bartending schools, man.
Yeah, get with it.
The Harvard of bartending.
It's the Barvard. It's Barvard.
It's Harvard.
It's
Barvard.
Crystal Barford?
Barvard.
Barvard. It's Barvard. Crystal, thanks for the call. Let me grab Will. Will is in Caracas? Wait a minute. Are you calling from?
Oh my gosh, that's a rum capital of the world. Isn't
Will,
it?
are you calling from Caracas, Venezuela?
Hello, man. How you doing? No, I'm not. I'm living in Tampa, Florida.
It says Caracas on my screen.
Yeah, I'm from Caracas.
Yeah, so Will asked him. Wes asked Will, "Where are you from?" I'm from Brandon. I'm from Valrico. No, I'm from Caracas. So he put Caracas, but he lives in Tampa.
All right, so Will, where exactly are you? Where do you live in the Tampa Bay area?
I live by East Tampa.
Oh, very, very nice. Will, so you want to weigh in on the Gen Z closing a tab after every freaking drink?
No, man, let me tell you something. Sometimes I used to be a chef in restaurants and manager in restaurants, and sometimes the bartenders are tricky sometimes, and not all of them, most of them. So if you run a tab every single time, if you don't take a track of whatever you're drinking, what they do is they put extra drinks that you haven't drink in order to get a bigger tip.
Oh,
So in
Yeah.
my case, I won't run a tap. I just
So juice it up a little bit to get a bigger tip. Will from Caracas, buddy. Thanks for checking
Will,
in.
hold on, Froggy. And I have one question for you though. Have you ever made?
Don't do it. All right, that's enough. All right. Two times is my limit.
Sorry, Froggy.
Two times is my limit on that. Will, thanks for the look at the phones. Hey, Wes, I'm gonna wrap it up with these calls that are screened here. Man, phones have exploded.
Got like 10 more.
Let me grab Jackie's in Tampa. Jackie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
I have a theory about the tab running. I think that these.
Wait a sec. Are you like with seagulls right now?
Seagulls.
I hear like seagulls, and I hear a flock of seagulls
I
in
thought
the
it was
background.
dolphins.
I'm outside. There's birds.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your theory there, Jackie?
Well, my theory is that the Gen Zs and the millennials, they're always have their nose in the phone and all this, and I'm thinking maybe they think it's too complicated to run a tab, that they think that the bartender may make a mistake, and they think if they just keep a short.
Oh, so that they can keep track of the actual spend if they pay after every drink versus are things going to be added that are not there? They can keep track of one drink and they not keep track of 4 drinks or whatever. Hey, listen, I think that's a decent theory. Jared is in Valrico. Jared, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. If you're just tuning in, a massive revelation when it comes to going to a bar, Generation Z, roughly 1996 to 2012, they don't like to start a tab. They want to pay after every single drink, and it's driving bartenders crazy. Jared, go ahead.
Yeah, so Will was on a few moments ago, and he said it right on the head. So the Generation Z, they fear that the bartenders are going to think that they're not keeping tabs of their tab, right? And so they're gonna add extra drinks, and then it'll make for a bigger tip. But in actuality, it's two things. They single out and close out every drink, and they don't tip.
So they're closing out each drink, and you're not getting a tip on top. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's another issue that we've talked about, that the worst tippers right now are Generation Z, followed by millennials.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why you have, other restaurants that are incorporating tip automatically on checks, like all over the country, right? So because Generation Z they're terrible tippers, and it's insane. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for checking in. All right, 2 more. I'll grab Mike, and then I'll grab Jason. Mike is in Largo. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well.
I think it's not about generations. Like me personally, I'm originally from Europe. I grew up in Poland. So for me, just the tipping thing was kind of weird when I moved here because nobody tips in Europe, We're not used to that. But me personally, when I go to a bar, I never leave an open tap. I'd rather pay every single time for every single drink.
Mike, how old are you?
I'm 40, so you can say I'm an older millennial. I was born in 83.
Gotcha. Well, Mike, thanks for listening, buddy. And by the way, I am 25% Polish.
Oh, good to hear that. And I listen to you guys every day.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, final call on this. Did I ever tell you what my mix is, what my ethnic mix is?
I've been wondering.
Yeah, we've been really just banging it around.
I'm a quarter Polish. I'm a quarter Russian.
And a quarter trollish. Just kidding.
Wrong.
You're not 50% Polish, 50% trollish?
No. No, I am German, Russian, Hungarian, Polish.
Jeez, what a mutt.
Yeah. So, all right, last call. Jason is in Texas. All right, Jason, you're the last call on the get it. Last call. Last call for alcohol. I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
Jesus.
It says Jason on my screen. Well, Jesus, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, I want to speak up because I'm an actual bartender out of Eagle Pass, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And, I live, the Eagle Pass is right on the border. And on that, I've seen plenty of times where someone comes up and says, I already have a tab open. And I guess friends and other people come and keep racking up that tab. Maybe that's why they started doing that. And I've seen that a lot as a bartender.
So you drink on somebody else's tab, and I don't want to get burned, so I'm going to close mine out every time.
There you go. Jason, hey, thanks for listening down in Texas, man. So how are you listening to the MJ Morning Show? Are you from Tampa Bay originally?
Yeah, I actually lived in Waimama, and I remember listening to you guys back in, 98, 99?
Wow, that's great.
And before I became a bartender, MJ, you're the reason why I got into radio.
Oh, wow. So I was the inspiration.
That's funny. He's the reason I want to get out of it.
we have absolutely nothing in common, Jesus.
I got
Yin
something
yang.
for Froggy.
All right, go ahead. What do you have for Froggy?
Jake Paul sucks, and Logan Paul needs to stop wrestling.
I'll kick your ass if you ever say anything bad about Jake Paul again, buddy.
Hey, Seuss, thanks for listening, man, down in Texas. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Seuss is talking all kinds of heat.
All right, we're going to talk to Julian in maybe 10 minutes or so. Julian, my son, man, what a debacle last night. Airbnb host cancels on them less than 24 hours before arrival, and we're talking Montreal, Canada. What a pain in the... Hang on, I'll get to that coming up in just a bit. First of all, I tease this, and I want to talk about the sleep issue here. I don't get this.
I do.
You know what I'm talking about.
The sleep issue?
Yeah.
It's my daily part of my life.
All right, so what do you think the sleep issue is that I'm about to bring up for discussion here on the MJ Morning Show?
I read that there's a theory that it has a lot less to do with what kind of quality sleep you got, but more so what you think you got.
That is correct. That is, you get a ding, ding, ding. Yes, you do. Thinking that you had a great night's sleep is more important than actually getting a good night's sleep? What?
That's what they say.
How can the physicality of literally having enough hours of sleep, good, deep, restful sleep, how can the actual physicality of that... I know they say mind over matter.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
And it's someone who has a good attitude, who deep down they know they got a crappy night of sleep, but they're going to tell themselves, I had a good night of sleep last night. And then they're going to feel good, I guess.
So simply thinking that you got a good night's sleep, according to new research, is significant to the point where it's more important to your mood than actually getting a good night's sleep. Wait a minute. So hold on a minute. You get 45 minutes of sleep and it just sucks. But if you convince yourself, wow, that was a great night's sleep, that's all you, come on.
See, I think the negative part of that equation works explicitly. Like, for example, if I know I got a terrible night's sleep, I'm going to have a terrible, tired day the next day.
The study from the American Psychological Association published in the journal Emotion. Hey, Fester, let's subscribe to the journal Emotion, all right? They found that just feeling like you slept restfully improves well-being more than paying attention to the targeted sleep number, the sleep goal, or whatever many hours you think you need to get or you should have gotten.
So how do you trick yourself into that? How do you trick yourself into thinking, oh gosh, I'm well rested?
Well, researchers at the University of Warwick wanted to determine how changes to one's usual sleep pattern and sleep quality correlate to mood and life satisfaction the following day. Our findings are consistent with our previous research that identified people's self-reported health and not their actual health conditions. Wait a minute. So if you got what? So you got blocked arteries and you're like a click away from a heart attack, but if you think that you're healthy and your arteries are wide open like a 14-year-old, you're going to be great. No heart attack for you. Come on. Give me a break. I don't know if I buy this. This sounds like just academia gibberish to me. Researchers asked more than 100 study participants between the ages of 18 and 22 to keep a sleep diary over a period of 2 weeks. Researchers wanted to determine how changes to one's usual sleep pattern and sleep quality correlate to the mood and life satisfaction the following day. Anyway, they say the research shows that if you think you got a good night's sleep, it's more important than actually getting a good night's sleep. Come on.
All right. I don't know if I don't buy that.
That's why I'm bringing it up. I think it sounds like a bunch of hocus pocus crap to me. I'll tell you what, and I think we've talked about this in the past, and I only get this like 2 times, I would say average of 2 times a year. And I think we've talked about this in the past, and this is the worst when it comes to sleeping. Oh, God, I dread this. It's when you fall asleep and you are sleeping, but you feel like you're awake the whole night. I mean, you're literally sleeping. You're sleeping, but your dreams are like so vivid. It's almost like you're out of your body and you're looking at yourself sleeping and you're not getting a good night's sleep. I'll tell you, I've done research on that, and man, I feel awful the next day. And luckily, whatever causes that condition, whatever is, swirling around in the brain that causes you to have that awful night's sleep, where you are technically asleep, but your subconscious just seems to create this environment where you feel like you're awake and everything is vivid, everything is present. And Roxanne, you've had that, right?
Oh, big time. I've had that. And it's almost like when you dream and you're asleep and you know you're asleep, your dreams are really wacky and you're doing crazy stuff. But what you're describing, I just think that I'm thinking.
Well, you feel like you are asleep, but it doesn't feel like you're
right.
asleep. It
you
feels
feel like you're just lying there. Yeah.
The whole night, it feels like you're awake. And again, luckily, I only get that, I think, on average about 2 times a year. Fester, has that ever happened to you or no?
No. I fall asleep, I'm like a log.
You don't get that?
Nope.
Froggy, have you ever gotten that condition?
Yeah, every morning. I sleep like hell. I toss and turn. I wake up sometimes and I feel like I ran a marathon.
Drenched in sweat?
Yeah, I get no sweat, luckily, but I do get like restless legs.
Isn't it the All-American Rejects? I sleep like hell. I sleep like hell.
Yeah.
I sleep like hell. I'm about to play something that's really kind of rough. I had to scour YouTube to find this. So I saw a story last night, and I'm like, do we really need this? How do you have a concert tour when you have one song?
Talk to Lou Bega.
Seriously. I mean, it's called Mambo number 104.
I need a little Monica in my life.
Oh, it's possible. And then you go out, you play the remix afterwards.
All right, this is an 80s band. They had a big song back in 82.
82?
Yep.
The definition of a one-hit wonder?
This is this is an absolute one-hit wonder. Now, their one hit was huge. And also huge. So, one hit, 1982. Na, 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 na. Anybody know?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, yeah, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come on, Eileen.
Yes, 100%. Yes, you are correct. So
Gen Zers hear that song and they think it's the weirdest song ever.
It is the weirdest song ever.
Yeah, they just are like, what is that?
I saw a headline last night, get tickets for Dexy's Midnight Runners' first U.S. tour in 40 years.
Wow, where the hell have they been?
Dexy's Midnight Runners, they're coming to the U.S. with a concert tour. What is the concert, 4 minutes long? Okay, they're going to do an 8-minute extended remix of Come On Eileen. They had nothing else. They had one song. Now, granted, that was a huge #1 record, but really? Dexy's Midnight Runners, and then I had to find something on YouTube, and I found it. And you're not going to believe what you're about to hear. You're not going to believe it. But Dexy's Midnight Runners, they've renamed the band just Dexy's. So I don't know what happened to the Midnight Runners.
But they all die or something?
Now it's just Dexy's.
They all ran away.
And they are launching a 12-stop tour here in the United States as they're introducing their 6th studio album.
A 12-stop tour.
Yeah. So it's the Feminine Divine Tour, and it's going to be here in the United States October 26th through November 15th. And, unfortunately, folks, it's not coming to the Tampa Bay area. They're going to open up in Los Angeles. They're going to do San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Vancouver, British Columbia. They're going to do Salt Lake City. They're going to do Denver, St. Paul, Chicago, Boston, New York, and they're playing little small places. They're going to do New Haven, Connecticut. Oh, man, while you're up there, get some Frank Pepe pizza.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Or some Sally pizza.
We'll tell the tour manager.
Or a bar up there is good as well. You know, I'm not as much a modern pizza fan, but anyway, moving along. So New Haven, Connecticut. Then they're going to be in Glenside, Pennsylvania, and that's gonna wrap it up.
They're avoiding the whole South.
I was looking. I was looking like at what they do set list wise, and you don't know any song on here except "Come On, Eileen."
Well, they might have a bunch of fans that like that know.
I mean, if you're going to the Dexy, formerly Dexy's and the Midnight Runner concert, you must like their stuff because I'm not going to see a band for one song.
There's a reason why I'm bringing this up because I had to play this. This is a video of Dexy's Midnight Runners doing Come On Eileen live.
Okay.
All right, folks.
So good.
You've got to hear this. This is unbelievable. Give me the piano, would you please? When do they do the... Is that coming up here?
Yeah.
I think right here. And... hold on. Oh, you got to hear this. Hey, the violins sound great. The strings sound fantastic. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Listen.
What?
Is that real? It sounds like it was slowed down in the beginning.
It is. Well, it's an old video. So the video warped a little.
Okay.
All right, but hold on. Did you just hear that? Oh my God! I mean, this is unbelievable.
Come on, Dexy, get up there.
I got to play it one more time. All right, here we go. All right, that was the VHS warping. What was that? All right, here we go. What?
Blow my ears.
I gotta hear more.
What is that?
Listen, man, live music.
Let it play. Let it play.
No. Oh no.
All right, so
everybody else, please help.
The chorus got better, but was that
screechy.
unbelievable? I mean, there's some high notes. I mean, it's sung at a very high register.
Yeah, that's when you put on a fake backup track.
That was terrible. So I hope that they sound a little better
for
their North American tour.
Yeah, for their whopping 12 stops.
Yeah. And I think the lead singer from Dexy's Midnight Runners, I think the lead singer is like 79 years old now.
79?
Wait, that guy right there that we're looking at?
Yes, that's the lead singer.
That's Dexy.
Yeah, that's...
He doesn't look like a Dexy.
Yeah. All right, so... Michelle just texted me from Delta. What flight is she? Yeah, Michelle's in the air right now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's on a Delta flight going to New York. And Michelle said, I hate this song. Well, guess what? You hate it even more after hearing that. I got to get a hold of Julian. Let me see if I can get Julian on the phone. Man, they're dealing with an Airbnb disaster.
Can we try to solve his problem right now?
I don't see how we can do much.
I don't know, but this sucks. All right, calling up Julian. Julian is up in the Boston area right now, and they're supposed to be driving any time now to Montreal. So he and a bunch of friends.
Good morning.
Good morning, Julian. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right, so, man, a lot of turmoil in the house last night. Michelle was up until ridiculous hours, and she had an early morning Delta flight to catch this morning up to LaGuardia. And we got to deal with this garbage. So you guys booked an Airbnb. You've got 5 friends, right, Julian?
Yeah, 5 of us total.
So 5 total friends, and this is kind of like a last summer hurrah. These are all his friends from boarding school that just graduated. Julian just graduated. He starts college in like 3 weeks up at NYU. And here we have 5 friends that they decide, hey, we're going to do a road trip up to Canada. Why did you guys decide to go to Canada? What was that all about?
I have no idea. My friend Mason called me and said, hey, you want to go to Canada? And I was like, sure.
So you put the whole gang back together, and Mom helps you find an Airbnb. And it turns out that it was a little tough booking because you guys tried to find some hotels, but you guys are going to Montreal, and it turns out that there's like a big freaking Metallica concert, and like all the hotels are sold out for Metallica in Montreal. So Mom, Michelle, gave me a narrative here, and man, this is so bad. How can an Airbnb host do this? Less than 24
frame that they did it.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. Less than 24 hours before they're supposed to arrive, they get a late. Julie, what time did the email come in canceling you guys?
11:30 probably last night. Me and Mace were in Chinatown in Boston finishing up dinner.
11:30, they get an email. They're supposed to check in this morning or later today. And they get an email, and what did the host say? What did the email actually say?
It just said your reservation has been canceled. That's all it said.
Unbelievable.
Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. So Michelle sent me a text this morning from the airport just to kind of fill in the details here. Airbnb was booked last Saturday night, 8/5, so the 5th of August. Reservation was accepted with several messages exchanged. Julian sent a message providing the details of the group and the anticipated arrival time. Julian inquired about parking on Monday, 8/7, and was informed about free parking available. Then 11:20 last night, he received a message that his reservation had been canceled by the host. This is within the 24-hour window that had, if Julian had canceled. So if Julian had canceled the same way the host just canceled, you guys would have been responsible for 50% of the rental rate.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Which, by the way, had already been charged to our American Express card. So we put it on our Amex, and then Julian was going to get Venmo'd by all his friends. This is ridiculous. The Airbnb gave you a $64 coupon for your trouble. So now they can't find anything up in Canada right now. They can't find
like SOL.
I mean, this is unfreaking believable. Over a week ago, they have a reservation, and suddenly they get canceled at 11:20 last night when they're leaving Boston soon to drive up to Montreal.
Like, most people would have been asleep and woken up to that message.
This is unbelievable. So let me continue with Michelle's text. At that moment, there were no comparably priced rentals available, and whatever is left was very limited. Metallica is playing in Montreal on Saturday night. All the hotels are sold out. Once midnight hit, of the units that remained, several became unavailable for tonight. Friday night, because understandably the hosts do not accept same-day rentals. And to make matters worse here, Julian, you had a confirmed reservation. One of your friends is even flying. Where's your friend flying from to land in Montreal later today?
One from Virginia. He's flying straight into Montreal tonight.
So he's flying into Montreal. This is like Julian and his friends. They're getting the gang back together. One last summer fun event. These are respectful kids. Everyone's from a good family. They're not going to rip up the Airbnb, and they get canceled. That is awful. That is absolutely terrible. So your friend is flying into Montreal. He arrives tonight. Airbnb has offered assistance, which I guess you guys are accepting, but they've offered 2 other units which are not even remotely comparable, not even close to being comparable to what you guys had booked. So wait, Mom said they have since responded. They have 2 units that are in the woods.
It's awesome.
What?
Yeah, some absurd units that are
like Cabin in the Woods, like that movie.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Rox.
Tell me again your dates. It's Friday. It's today, obviously. Check
tonight,
in today.
yes.
And then when do you want to check out?
Brutal.
The 14th.
Okay. And then how many adults you say?
5.
The five
adults.
5 of his
I had
friends.
just found an apartment but that's not going to fit. I
No,
was doing 3.
that's
Okay.
why. Yeah, that's why they found this place that was perfect. And this jackass
like
Airbnb
that
host
down.
cancels on them last night at 11:20.
Okay.
Who does that? Why? I want to find this guy and beat his Canadian ass.
Well, here's the thing: is I already have the address of the unit. Maybe we should just go set it on fire.
No, don't do that.
You probably shouldn't say that on the radio.
Don't do that. Don't swing
You
by.
know the history of fire in this show, Julian.
Yeah, call Fester. He could do a turkey fryer demonstration over there.
Okay. Julian, there's a downtown condo in Ville-Marie that's 4 bedrooms, 4 beds, 2 bedrooms, $696 a night.
Yeah, see, they had a rate that was much. What rate did you have for the whole rental?
We were paying $12.73 and 68 cents or
For the
something
whole
like
thing.
that.
Right.
For the whole
So
thing. This is twice as much.
yeah. So if you do the math, they're paying $12.73 divided by 5 kids, $254 a kid. I mean, that's reasonable for how many nights? 4 nights?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, so where do you stand now? What's going on? Are you guys getting in the car to drive from Boston to Montreal right now, or what's the story?
So I believe Mason was up till like 4 a.m. last night. He found a place, but it's a hotel, so we're gonna be crammed into like
2 bed.
king
Yeah.
with like a cot.
All right, but listen,
Oh, wow.
hey guys, you know how to do this. You can't all show up at the front desk of the hotel.
No, don't do that.
You got to have one.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to have one person go to the hotel and get the room, and then you guys have to. And you
I
can't.
gotta find a back entrance.
Well, no, you don't, not necessarily a back entrance,
You guys
but
are so getting kicked out.
but what you can't
know,
you
I
can't
know.
all show up at the front desk, and even after he checks in, you can't all be seen together walking up as a group of 5. You got to stagger it, and
I
you
know.
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, good luck pulling that off for 4 days.
Is it
Yeah,
like a boutique
exactly.
hotel? Because it's like smaller and they'll notice you, or is it a bigger hotel?
I want to take a Labatt's beer and crack this guy over the head with
Yeah,
it.
right? Out and about.
Yeah, that's
I want to
ridiculous.
throw the beer can at his face like Brad Pitt did in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Remember he took the dog food can and just hurled it at that lady's face, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh man. All right, Julian, listen, whatever I can do from behind this microphone in beautiful St. Petersburg, let me know, okay?
All right, I will.
But you're going to have fun. Montreal is beautiful.
All right, so
I know. We're excited.
did he book the hotel?
Yeah, we booked the hotel.
All right, but listen, it's not going to be as comfortable. You guys each had your own bed. Now you're going to be crammed in a hotel room for
So what? It's a party. It's a bunch of dudes. Who cares? Like, there's going to be girls around. I mean, really?
Julian, how many of these French Canadian women are you going to swindle back into your room?
I don't know, we were planning on going down to the red light district, you know?
Whoa!
No, you're not.
To what?
Kidding.
All
To what?
right.
Take pictures?
And by the way, that poutine is gross. All right.
Well, this is French Canada.
I haven't had her yet, but she doesn't sound that bad. We're talking about the red light district.
All right, Julian, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, see ya.
So, Roxanne, you're an Airbnb host.
Yes.
Your thoughts on this dumbass Canadian canceling on them at 11:20 last night for an arrival today, driving from Boston to Montreal?
The fact that there's no explanation is terrible. And so they need to do, they're going to have to do a negative review on him.
So, you think of Metallica fans.
But wait a minute. I don't know if you can do a negative review because a lot of times
You never did business with
the reservation has to be consummated and completed, and then you're able to leave a review. I don't think they're going to be able to leave a review for this particular property and Airbnb host.
I wonder if somebody contacted him and offered him double.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for the Metallica concert. Maybe it's Metallica's backup group.
Or I said to Michelle last night, Or maybe a friend said, you're renting your place to a bunch of 19-year-olds? You know Metallica's in town. They're going to trash your joint. It's going to
don't
be...
know that many 19-year-olds goes to Metallica.
And then fans are 60 and up now.
I know. And then I said that to Michelle, but really, how many 19-year-old Metallica fans are there out there? I said that to Michelle.
Yeah, my Jewish accountant's a Metallica fan. You know, Elihu's going to go.
Master.
All right, let's move on. Or should I take a call from some Airbnb hosts and see what they think? You know what? I'll tell you what. Yeah. Any Airbnb hosts, have you canceled on somebody with that little notice?
We did one time, but it was because the AC was broken.
Well, did you tell them the AC was broken? And if they still want to stay, they can?
Of course.
Well, first of all, why
want to stay in
why
Florida?
did you call Plan B AC? They would have been out there in an hour fixing it up for you.
I think...
How long ago was this?
I can't remember. I don't know, a year ago.
There you go.
Well, you probably could have Plan B go out there, fix it up, and you could have had your guests in your Airbnb. All right, let's see if I can grab a couple of calls on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And listen, Michelle and I and the family, we've had some good luck with Airbnb. I've only been in 3 Airbnbs, and I had to ask Michelle, hey, what was Airbnb, what was not? And we had an Airbnb last summer in Paris in the 16th district, and it was wonderful, it was fantastic. And that Airbnb was great, so good experience. Oh, remember I told you that was the place where they sent us like warning emails like every day prior.
If you download something?
Yeah. They were like, if you illegally download anything on our Wi-Fi, I guess maybe the laws over there are strict. They think I was going to go on BitTorrent? Is that still around?
I don't think so.
I'm going to download all kinds of illegal stuff off the dark web. But no, that was a good rental. We enjoyed it. It was fantastic. Location was superb. The accommodations were great. Then we had Julian's graduation. Julian graduated up in Connecticut from boarding school, and that's all the friends he's meeting with are all his boarding school friends, and they're going to Montreal for a couple of days. And we rented a pretty decent-sized house up there because it was me, Michelle, and Chloe, and then my parents, and then Michelle's parents. So we had, 7 folks in the house, and it was a great Airbnb rental up in Litchfield County, Connecticut. And then... we rented last Christmas. We rented a condo in. Speaking of Canada, we rented a condo in Whistler, and that was Airbnb as well. And that also. So I've had 3 good Airbnb experiences, and here's Julian getting hosed over by some dumbass Canuck.
At least you didn't get booger sheets like I got.
Yeah, that's right. Where were you?
New Orleans.
It's right. New Orleans, home of the booger sheets.
800-990-1047. If you're an Airbnb host, I'll grab a couple of calls, and then I got to move on.
That's what Airbnb stands for in New Orleans.
What, air booger and booger?
Oh, I was going to say air bed and booger, but yeah.
Booger in bed.
All right. Sarah's in Largo. Sarah, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, morning. How's everyone doing?
We are well. What's the story?
So I try not to cancel only because as a host, it does affect you getting kicked off the platform if you cancel 3 times. So we did offer one time because we have issues with our washing machine, and we told the guy, and he was very nervous. So I said, and I did offer to come pick up his wash for him if he had any laundry because it wasn't working. But we told him, we said, if you're this nervous, we'd be willing to cancel and give you a full refund.
Or you even offered to pick up his stinky underwear and wash it for him?
Yeah, because he really wanted a washing machine. He said it was very important to it.
Right.
So I was like, I'll go above and beyond if you need me to pick it up.
So what happened? What was the final disposition here?
He ended up staying, and he said just if you can get it done in a timely manner. And we did end up fixing it, and he was very nice and appreciative of what we did for him.
Well, that's nice. So what do you think about Julian's Airbnb being canceled at 11:30 last night?
I think that's really crappy if, use my language, if they didn't give him a reason, that's not okay.
I want to beat the guy with a hockey stick.
Right? Something he'll understand.
Exactly.
You'll probably get in trouble for that.
What other Canadian things can I beat him with?
Douse him in maple syrup.
I said Molson, Labatt's, a hockey stick. What else?
They say A all the time. My husband's Canadian, and they say A all the time.
I've
never heard that.
All right. Hey, thanks for calling in, Sarah. Appreciate it. I mean, I feel bad for the kid, and all this anxiety. Michelle had to get up early this morning to catch a Delta flight, which she's on right now to New York, and we got to deal with this thing. And like Julian didn't get sleep, Michelle didn't get sleep. I'll grab one more call on this, and then I got to move on. Teresa is in Homosassa. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing fine. Any thoughts on this?
Well, I'm thinking that possibly they could have canceled them because of the age. I have a minimum age requirement of 23 on mine, only because my place has been trashed. I'm on the Homosassa River.
Yeah, but they knew the age from the beginning. So this was booked a week ago, and Julian said, hey, they're all respectful kids. They just graduated high school, and my parents, we've rented Airbnbs in the past, and the guy had no problem. He took the booking. They were in communication several times back and forth, and then he canceled at the last minute last night as they're getting ready to drive to Canada. So I don't think.
Somebody said something about somebody offering more money for it. I have been contacted by people directly because you can message a host with a different date request, and then on that date request you can say, hey, I see you're booked on, say for instance, Thanksgiving. If we pay double, can we maneuver our way in there? So somebody could have offered him more money.
All right. Hey, thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
Have a nice weekend.
If you keep making these threats, MJ, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police are going to be after you.
Oh, the Mounties, eh?
Yes.
All out in the boot.
Come on down, Mounties.
Yes.
Out in the boot.
Doug said he had to cancel on a lady. She was really mad. He forgot to set the calendar, and she auto-booked.
Oh, wow. All right. Watch out for deer poop in your salad.
I usually do. I mean, anything that's poop similar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news alert. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety, and Inspection Service has issued a public health alert warning that some ready-to-eat salads may contain deer feces.
What the hell?
I mean, they're in the field, right?
Oh, man. I had a whole bunch of land out in Colorado, which I've since sold. I sold my acreage. And, when I used to walk the property and hike it, you see those piles of deer pellets.
It's called scat.
Yeah, we had we had tons of deer, mule deer. We had all kinds of elk herds running across the property.
Those things.
No, I'm not shooting. Anyway, so how does deer poop get in pre-prepared, ready-to-eat salads? Yeah, the Food and Safety Inspection Service said there have not been any reported illnesses from the problem. Officials said the problem was discovered when an establishment notified Food Safety and Inspection Service that its lettuce supplier was issuing a recall. And also a chicken Caesar wrap, Fresh Seasons Kitchen.
Oh, I love a chicken turd wrap.
What did you say?
A chicken turd wrap.
No, it's a chicken turd crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what? I mean, how does deer poop get in your ready-made salad? I'm just thinking of like those salad bags. You go to the supermarket and you buy those, which I don't get. I don't understand why you just don't buy, a 3-pack of romaine lettuce and carrots and make the damn thing yourself.
I know, MJ, make all your salad yourself. Whoever uses those pre-made salad kits.
I don't.
I know you don't. You don't understand why anybody does.
I don't.
I know you don't.
My salads come in like a little plastic tin thing.
Because listen, you can get, for instance, what did you say?
My salad comes in like a little thing that you get at the grocery store. And you just peel the plastic off and eat it right there.
Yeah, like from the deli section.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying that if you get a bag of salad mix, like romaine and like some shredded carrots or whatever, that bag is what, $4.50?
Okay, I don't know. I'm too busy buying the pre-made salads.
You can get 3 big heads of romaine like in a triple pack for $2.99 or $3.99.
Dude, I saw a video on how celery is handled in the field and bagged for sale.
Yeah.
and it comes straight from the field into the bag, into the truck.
Right.
If there's deer crap on celery, it's there. I mean, whatever animal did whatever they did in the celery field, the guy is picking it up,
like
putting
ants
it in
on a log.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right, so heads up warning, folks. If you happen to have some Fresh Season's Kitchen Caesar chicken wraps or any of their prepackaged salads, watch out for deer poop.
Why don't they advertise it differently?
And you know what else, too, is it looks like, because we have deer poop around the neighborhood, I think the best way to describe it is like size range from, whether it's a buck or a baby, like the malted milk balls maybe that you get.
Oh, or raisinette.
Raisinets.
Milk duds.
Milk duds, yes. To, the smaller version, if it's a baby, then it would be more like kitty, black beans. And you might think that goes in your salad, but no, it's deer poop.
Hey, and before I move on...
I didn't know Roxanne was going to go into a deep dive on different deer poop sizes.
And before we move on, I saw this last night. They're recalling Kiwi because it might be contaminated with deadly listeria. But wait a minute. Don't you love these stories? The Kiwi that they're recalling, it's from early July. Who the hell is still sitting on Kiwi sold from late June to early July? That stuff's been consumed.
I guess it's for the people who freeze kiwi. Why do you freeze kiwi? I don't know.
What the hell? I was looking for the sell-by dates here.
Kiwi is one of the healthiest things, especially fruits, that you can put in your body.
Except for the ones covered in listeria.
Yeah, that's true.
And kiwi is like the only thing I'm allergic to. My face swells up. My lips, my mouth all tingles and everything. Why? What are you?
You're allergic to it. I want to see you eat it and swell up.
Right. So here are the dates. Listen to this. And Florida's affected. I'm bringing this up.
This is when they were shipped.
Right. So it's Zespri organic kiwi. And it looks like there are, 6 kiwi in a plastic clamshell container. And then a label around it, a green label. It says Zespri. And Florida is one of the states where they were shipped. The kiwis were shipped between June 14th and July 7th.
Oh, they're gone.
Of course they're gone.
They're gone and eaten and...
That's why it's like comical when you see these recalls. Yes. How about, there was like some product some food item they were recalling from like last October. Do you remember that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What was it? Was it we did that recently.
I remember.
I'm like, what the hell? It was like July we talked about the story and they're recalling a food item from last October. I'm like, really? Hey, thanks for the timely recall. As my guts are all twisted up good and I'm about to die in the ICU from all kinds of food contamination.
I mean, every piece didn't have listeria on it.
At 8:28 at the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday, and we're in the middle of an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We do it every morning about 7:23 to about 8:45. We go an hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ. All right. I don't know if this is a real story. This is another one of these Reddit stories. And a woman named Casey was just smitten. Casey was just excited beyond belief to marry her fiance, Alex. But then she received an anonymous text the day before the wedding. They had been together for 6 years in a dating capacity, then in an engaged capacity. But then the message that the bride-to-be got the day before the wedding kind of turned things upside down. Casey was celebrating in a hotel room with her friends when her phone vibrated. She gets a text. She thought that it was going to be another message of well wishes, congratulations, big day tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Well, nope. And I'm looking at pictures of the screenshots. So I don't know if the story's real. I don't know if this is just, but there are pictures of the screen. You know me, I question everything. That's just, that's my motto. MJ, question everything.
Well, in today's day and age, people are trying to get clicks with crazy stories.
So she reads the text message, and it's not a congratulations.
What is it?
It's not a have a happy wedding day. She's going through multiple texts from this individual, and it turns out that these are conversations that her boyfriend, fiance, was having with another woman that somebody forwarded to Casey's cell phone. Messages like, "Your body is bleeping incredible, and do you know how to use it? I wish my GF had half the skills that you do. I've never had this kind of connection before."
Oh, this isn't real.
Then another text was, "This weekend, you and I, it is on. Hot stuff.
Oh, it's not real hot stuff.
Bring your A game."
Who would say that?
Yeah, hot stuff.
There were some messages also setting up like weekend getaways. So, but it's a lot of messages. You're saying that somebody went through the trouble of building up this whole litany of previous texts to then text the fiance, the bride to be, the night before. It is pretty elaborate. I do question everything on legitimacy, especially in this day and age with the internet and social media and all that crap, and everyone trying to be, an influencer or internet famous or social media famous. Listen, I get it, but somebody went through a lot of trouble to come up with a pretty extensive string of text messages.
Really hot stuff. I mean, who says that?
Yeah,
I wish my girlfriend
Yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch.
had half the skills that you do. Your body is effing incredible, and do you know how to use it?
Like a contortionist? I mean, what does that mean?
And then, so why he's not married yet? Why is he going to go?
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Some of the messages were planning weekend trips in prior months, apparently. Well, I would say to her, where did your boyfriend or fiance, where did he disappear to? Where did he tell you he was going? If the story is true. But as she's reading these messages, everything is like just going to hell in a handbasket. The whole thought of a wedding the next day is completely destroyed. And she had to make a decision. So the wedding is hours away. She's got to figure out, what am I going to do here? So she said, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on this. Let me sleep on it. Baby, let me sleep on it.
Right, Meatloaf.
I'll give you an answer in the morning.
I gotta know right now. Do you love me? Will you love me forever?
So in the morning, Casey said, I woke up the girls and told them my decision. I was going to go ahead with the wedding as expected and out him in front of our family and friends.
Oh, this isn't real.
This whole thing's a phony baloney.
Well, listen.
It's very dramatic.
It's an interesting, dramatic story, but as I said before I even opened my mouth, I said I question the veracity. Is this real? Is this phony? So she decided that she was going to go through with everything and then just blow the lid off this in front of the entire wedding crowd. She's standing on the altar, and that's where she said, allegedly, there will be no wedding today.
And then a record scratch.
The piano player,
pterodactyl cracking break in.
The piano guy looks up shocked. Like, huh?
No, that was the wood scene in the Deliverance. Come on, boys, squeal. Come on, boys, squeal. Squeal, boys, squeal. So when she said there's going to be no wedding today, her fiance, Alex, was speechless. Family and friends about everyone's speechless. And then the story goes that she then read the texts out loud.
Okay.
With each word, more color left Alex's face. I let my weeping eyes rise and meet his. He had not one thing to say. He stalked out of the church with his best man trailing behind him. The family looked horrified. I love you all, and as horrible as this is, I'm glad you are all here. There will not be a wedding reception today, but instead there'll be a celebration of honesty, finding true love, and following your heart, even when it hurts.
This sounds like a crock all the way around.
According to a friend's Facebook post about the day, everyone except two of Alex's friends and brothers joined Casey for the reception. I mean, they had apparently all the food was ready. It was all catered. Everything was set up. So they went through with a celebration of honesty.
Whatever, dude. If Michelle was going to out you at the altar, I don't think your mom would have stuck around for cocktail hour. This whole thing is fake.
Yeah,
and I questioned it from the beginning. I'm like, is this real?
I've just looked at 3 different stories. There's one in the Post, one in a France publication, and none of them have a source.
It's Casey and Alex.
Yeah.
Is who it is. Hey, you ready for the duh story of the day? Oh, there's a new study out, folks, that shows that working from home results in less productivity.
But you get a lot of laundry done.
Oh, yeah, and everything else done. Duh. We need a study that working from home reduces your productivity with all of the home distractions that you have versus being in an office environment where you don't have anywhere near the distractions.
I could be pretty unproductive at work, too.
What do you have at work? The distractions at work, all right, you got your cell phone, you got your computer where you can maybe scroll other crap. But so many companies keep track of people, and
so many guys have
keystroke loggers and all that stuff.
They have that work wife or work husband that they just get so chit chatty with, and they kill half a day.
Yeah. Like you and Roxanne.
Oh, please.
You're getting. So Roxanne is your work wife, Fester?
No. Roxanne and
Did you say you're getting a divorce?
If Roxanne was my work wife, we would have had a divorce by now.
Yeah. In a working paper published by the National Bureau of Economic Research, economists at MIT, you might have heard of that. What do you?
Froggy under his breath says, nope.
Never heard of it.
You're like, you might have heard of that. I look over at Froggy, he's like, nope.
You never heard of MIT?
No, man.
Froggy.
LIT, he knows a thing or two about that.
Yeah, I got. That's next, by the way. Yeah, lit is next. So Froggy.
Yes.
For $500 cash, what does MIT stand for? And then there'll be a bonus question. What does MIT stand for? $500.
Mechanical Institution of Technology.
So close.
Son of a...
Oh, no.
Speaking of meatloaf
First of all, hang on. This will help you out. Where is MIT located? Do you have any idea?
How much is this one for?
Well, first of all...
Boston?
Are you on here?
He's working.
Boston?
He's not looking stuff up. He's not looking stuff up.
Get out of here!
He's writing shelving orders is what he's doing.
Get out of here, you nuts!
Hang on, let me read this. Give me that paperwork. You're writing up shelving orders right now. What the hell is this? Texas Outdoor Power?
Get out of here!
What is this? Let me see this. Hang on a minute.
Understand any of that? Come on!
Come on! You are working up a whole order for shelving?
Come on,
While
man.
we're on the air?
This isn't for... It's just a little bit of work. It's not that much.
Well, I'm going to hold it up to the damn camera here. I'm holding it up to MJTV.
Come on!
What
That's
are you?
my personal business.
Texas Outdoor Power.
You're not going to understand.
These are all part numbers. These are what?
I have to build a display.
First of all, what is
those are all display parts. Give me it.
What is Texas Outdoor Power?
Well, it's sort of like a hardware store out of Texas.
Well, they're ordering 6 BXPA 454s.
Those are top pegboard panels. Give me it.
Dude, you're doing a spreadsheet for ordering shelving parts.
All right. I'm paying attention to what we're talking about. It doesn't matter. I'm a very busy man. Very busy.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
Ooh, Texas Outdoor Power has some really nice stuff.
Hey, breaking news, folks. New research from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Oh,
yes.
darn it. And it is in Boston.
It is in Boston. How'd you know that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So MIT, a paper that says we needed rocket surgeons to figure this out, that working from home results in less productivity.
Not just rocket surgeons, MIT rocket surgeons.
The brightest.
You know how many folks are working from home? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Hang on, let me flip the TV on. It's 11 o'clock.
You know why,
Yeah, buddy. Time to come on down. I mean, you got the fridge, you got the TV, you got 150 things. How many people mowing their lawn where they're supposed to be working from home? Anyway, listen to this. 50% of Americans have tried weed. This is very important. Half of Americans have tried marijuana. But what percentage are regular marijuana smokers, according to new research?
Of the 50%?
Yeah. So 50% Well, no, it's really not the percentage of the 50%. Just so 50% of Americans have tried marijuana. So how many, what percentage of Americans are regular marijuana smokers? What do you think? Regular smokers nationwide.
Hey, guys, it sounds like you have a game show going on. Hey, it's Louie Anderson.
It's time for the feud.
Time for the feud. Thanks for letting me come on the show. Just enjoying a large pepperoni sausage and pineapple pizza under the table. So, let's look at the board.
Let's go to the board.
The question is...
what percentage of Americans are regular marijuana smokers?
What percentage of Americans are regular marijuana smokers?
Yes,
I do partake in
Yes.
marijuana.
Yes, Louie.
I can't read this.
No, you're supposed to go to the Armstrong family.
Oh, the Armstrong family. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead, Louie.
I tried to set the joke up for you.
I can't read your
But
handwriting.
my chicken scratch handwriting just didn't work very well.
All right, Louis Armstrong and the Armstrong family. What's your guess?
I would like to guess, Louis, 15%.
Oh, you're close.
Good answer. Good
Thank you.
answer.
Good answer.
Louis Anderson.
Survey
Louis said
says
50. That's on the board.
Number 2 on the board.
What's on the board? Good job.
Now,
Number 2 on the board.
Now we go to Louis Armstrong's wife.
All right, Mrs. Armstrong. I hear you have a very lovely voice.
What percentage of Americans are marijuana smokers?
Hello, Louis.
Hi, Mrs. Anderson.
I'm a big fan of the show.
All right, what percentage?
I would guess 21%.
21%, she said. Let's look at the board.
Show me 21%.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Armstrong. All right, Roxanne's got the Roxanne
Okay.
family. What's your guess?
My guess is 45.
45%. Way off.
Now it goes back. The Armstrong family wins.
Armstrong family.
Armstrong family won.
Congratulations. Why don't you sing us a song to celebrate?
I see skies of blue and weed of green.
Yes.
I
Very
smoke
good.
it all till my bowl
So what's
is
the
clean.
percentage there?
Can I tell you what the answer is, guys?
Sure.
I'd stop with the voices, guy.
Podcast coming up soon, Louis. We got to work on
Louis
that.
and Louis, followed by Alan now.
The Louie and Louie podcast.
It'll never
Louis
happen.
Armstrong and Louis Anderson.
It'll never happen.
Never.
All right, here it is. According to Gallup, this is new Gallup research. 17% of Americans are regular marijuana smokers. So your 15% guess.
hey, that was close.
Louis, your guess of 15% was pretty close.
I know a lot of guys in bands, so you know. Yeah, I know a lot of RV salesmen too. But.
Man, why is my trumpet not sounding very good?
Hey, who's that? You have a twin brother, Louis?
Hey, pull that bag of
Got
weed
a
out.
bag of weed all jammed up in my trumpet.
Yeah, he's almost better than you.
What the hell?
Oh, man. All right.
Shut up, Louis.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have the opportunity here on a Friday morning to, I wish this didn't have such a tragic ending because it kind of puts a damper on this. When we have a situation where the end result is not very good, it kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of this.
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
Yeah, we don't do that when they die, right?
Sometimes.
I mean, it depends on the story.
Guys, will you knock it off with the Louie and Louie, please?
Who died?
An elderly woman in Los Angeles hit the gas instead of the brake outside of a car dealership, drove through the building,
There goes
and
all the fun.
dragged a customer inside the store, and, well, did not end well.
Looks like this crime scene is a real drag.
Hang on, where's my...
I get it.
Hang on a minute.
Let me try that again.
Hold on. I got to find my my audio drop for CSI Miami.
Be a little quicker for Froggy. What's my name?
I don't know where the hell it is.
David Caruso?
Froggy Caruso.
Froggy Caruso, yeah.
I have no idea where Andrew put it.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You ruined
Andrew's
my
not.
bit.
Yeah.
So
This bitch is dead as that lady.
Come on, dude, come on.
Poor customer.
No, I can't find my...
Oh, great. I don't want to ruin everything.
Yeah, I don't know where he put it. He was supposed to put it up here.
What a bummer.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the Who going, rah! The intro to CSI Miami. Nah, he's not going to find it fast
All
enough.
right. It's all right. It's all
right.
I can't find it. No, this is terrible. Hit the gas instead of the brake. You imagine you're in a car dealer, you're shopping for a new car, and some old lady crashes through the front of the dealership and drags a customer. The officials say the incident happened just after 9:10 a.m. at Hammer Toyota.
Oh, no. The name of it's Hammer?
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm doing the story. So the name of the Toyota dealership is Hammer Toyota in Missions Hills in the Los Angeles area. The woman drove her car into the dealership's customer reception area. Driver accidentally hit the accelerator rather than the brakes. And a 56-year-old woman was briefly trapped under the car before she was freed. But she was not breathing, had no pulse. She was dragged 20 feet by the car.
Oh.
And unfortunately, the woman did not make it.
I guess you forgot the stop part.
I got to be honest. These hit the gas instead of the brake stories are they're much funnier when, like some old lady plows through like a beauty parlor, wrecks the place, but no one's injured.
Of course.
We prefer that.
Yeah, I prefer, that to the other alternative here, but
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
and that was Los Angeles, California, whereas, typically this is almost always a Florida story.
Usually, but
Yeah.
LA has its fair share as well.
Right. So
Round, get around, we get around.
What?
Get around, ooh, all over town.
My buddies and me
What is
are
this?
getting real well known. Since 1965, look how we've grown.
What's happening?
Tacomas, Tundras.
It's a Hammer Toyota commercial.
Hammers the prices, makes them roll. Good deal. This is awesome. On a new set of wheels.
Hamer Toyota, Sepulveda Boulevard, Mission Hills.
Oh, it's Hamer.
Hamer. It's not Hammer. It's Hamer Toyota.
It's Hamer
It's not
Toyota.
as funny anymore.
Oh
That
my
commercial is awesome, though.
I would buy from that place. That's awesome.
It's Hamer Toyota, but the story from Fox News says Hammer, Hammer.
It's Hamer
and
Toyota.
It's one M. So the actual dealership is Hammer, but Fox News in their story has Hammer, Hammer.
Dude, that commercial is
Awesome. That was awful. What are you? The hell are you talking about? That was absolutely awful. And folks, I saw something last night, and I said, "My God, you got to be fluxing kidding me."
Whoa.
Oh.
Fluxing. All right, as in refluxing kidding me. So really, now you tell me. If you have acid reflux and you take common medications like Prilosec, omeprazole.
Oh, great. That's going to kill you now?
Hold on.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Awesome.
And then, Roxanne, you've got a warning about meeting guys in parking lots for them to turn some stuff over?
Yeah, first-hand experience. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Well, you sent
I
it to
sent
me
it
last
to you, and
night.
I was like, gosh, this sounds familiar.
So
yes, I said a PSA.
All right,
Very
so-
important
so
PSA.
You have a very important
Yes.
little bit you want to do. You want to talk about women meeting guys in parking lots in order for the guys to do something.
Yes. Don't do this. This is not where you want to pick that up.
All right. Well, hold on. Obviously, a very intriguing chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next in minutes here on Q105. And this brings to an end an hour and 20 minutes plus. Actually, I went a little over here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, International Diamond. Crew here, Froggy, Fester, Roxanne, and Roxanne's about to get into a kind of a sticky matter.
Oh boy, that's
sticky. What happened?
Well, hang on a minute. Roxanne brought this to my attention last night. I had no idea this was a thing, and I think that this needs the delicate touch of a woman to discuss this particular matter, and we'll explain in just a minute. First, though, you heard me say a few minutes ago, you got to be refluxing kidding me. So now they're saying that the use of popular anti-acid reflux medications increases the risk of you getting dementia? Are you kidding me? Really? I've been on acid reflux medication for 20 years.
I have to be. If I'm off of it, I feel like straight doo-doo.
Okay. Now, I don't have... Do you take yours every day?
Every day, baby.
See, I don't have to take it every day.
I do.
I take it every other day. I take 40 milligrams of omeprazole.
I'm old.
Which is essentially Prilosec.
That's what I take.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's because it's the most common.
We should take it together.
No,
we should twirl our hands around. I'll pop mine in your mouth, and you can pop yours in my mouth.
You stop it.
Lady in the Tramp.
Oh, you stop. So omeprazole or Prilosec is one of the most common anti-acid reflux medications, and I've been taking it for a long time. And as I was saying, I can typically get away with taking it every other day. Sometimes I've even pushed it to 3 days. But if I go past like 2.5, 3 days, then I start to feel it. So I'm not taking it every... I remember some years ago, there was some kind of case that if you're on the acid reflux medication like Prilosec or omeprazole, that it screws with bone density. Well, that's great. Now they're saying that increases the risk of dementia. That's why. Isn't that great? You got to be refluxing kidding me over here. Really?
Where are we? My bones are brittle.
So long-term use. Yeah, I'm a long-term user of popular acid reflux drugs has been linked to a higher risk of dementia, according to a new study.
Isn't that what killed the dad from Webster? An overdose of
Alex Carrassus?
Mr. Warren or Mr. Papadopoulos.
The father
I think he overdosed on
acid reflux medication.
Think so.
Get out of here!
I think Mr. Papadopoulos died from acid reflux overdose.
You can't overdose on acid reflux med. I guess you can overdose on anything. I mean, you can.
Did I just make that up? I don't know.
You can overdose on water.
All right, Alex Karras,
hang on,
a star football player.
You just found it? Is it on? Oh, Fester's on Wikipedia.
I'm trying to find
illness and death. In his later years, he suffered from serious health problems, including dementia, heart disease, and cancer.
Dementia?
Okay, here, listen. Contributing to his death, coroners said that he popped 1,700 Prilosecs.
Wow!
No,
wow,
dude, it says nothing about.
Really?
It says nothing about that in his.
Maybe that was a fake story.
Bio. What the hell are you saying? Anyway,
rest in peace, Mr. Papadopoulos.
That's great. So another thing I've got to worry about now. So I can either have dementia or acid reflux.
And if you have acid reflux and have a glass of wine, good luck.
Jeez.
Oh boy, be up all night burping.
If you have dementia, the heartburn every day would be like new.
You're gonna have a heart attack again.
All right, 9:05 at the MJ Morning Show. Roxanne, you sent me this item last night, and I thought it would be best for you to discuss some of the details here. More of a, I guess maybe a subtle delivery. Just we guys tend to be more blurters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so why don't you tell me what you sent me last night about the black market sperm industry?
Okay, so first of all, demand for sperm is up, and demand for IVF and for artificial insemination, all of that is up because you're seeing more same-sex couples, women who want to have a baby together, and then you're seeing women waiting to have children until later in life. So it's getting more and more expensive.
Now, the story you sent me, the headline is Facebook's black market for sperm and the black market industry has been exposed. Wannabe moms too poor to afford $30,000 for IVF, in vitro fertilization, are being lured into having unprotected sex or forced to meet men they met online in parking lots to swap samples?
Yeah, if you want some, okay, well, obviously I wasn't looking for a sperm donor, but
Meet me in the Panera parking lot.
I'll have a bread bowl ready to bring it home in.
to give you...
Oh, come on, Fess. Really? What is wrong with you? All right, let's see, this is why I want Roxanne. Roxanne, finish it up.
Okay, well, first of all,
don't
to
say.
give you some...
Maybe I shouldn't say finish it up. What am I saying?
To give you some perspective, it
Yeah.
is really expensive. My daughter, who was born in 2017, my first daughter, was an in vitro baby.
And that is, what's her name?
Evelyn Jade.
Evelyn Jade, and she is 6 now?
She's 6. And so IVF back then, and we had to go through multiple rounds of it, it cost us at the end of the day, it was $50,000.
$50,000?
Yes.
$1,000?
Yes. So that was years ago.
Wow.
And the kid still doesn't listen.
And right, we thought that was part of the cost, but no, you don't get a perfect child. But anyways, what women are doing because they're desperate, they don't want to pay this amount of money, and they're looking for shortcuts and looking for sperm donors specifically. So they're meeting them in places like Starbucks, and some of the men feel like they can make demands because they're the one who has something that the women want. So they're demanding that they either do it the natural way, I guess, in the parking lot to get the sperm, or
The parking lot was more of an exchange, like a swap of
No,
merchandise.
in the story,
Oh, yeah.
in the story that Roxanne sent me last night, in some cases they're being handed the sample in like a container,
right?
But in other cases, they're getting it on in the back seat of the car in a. Hold on. You're telling me you can't like go to a Red Roof Inn?
Well, some of them are going to hotels or motels or restaurant bathrooms to exchange samples.
Yes.
And so some of the guys want to do it. They'll only agree to natural insemination, which that means sex, or what they call partial, where the man does something.
Give us the deets.
No,
give us all the details in long form.
But this is a deal on Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook has a huge black market sperm industry going on?
Yes. And for starters, this isn't, I think when you actually would go through a donor, I would think that they would like scan it for certain things,
for
and
STDs
all kinds
and
of
all
stuff,
right? Also genetic
things?
markers, because you could end up with genetic issues,
right? So you've got no background
instead of getting knocked up in a Target parking lot, you know.
Yeah, so that's how desperate some of these people are to get pregnant.
Hey, let's meet at the In-N-Out Burger,
right?
Wait, I don't get it. In-N-Out Burger, why?
All right, that's enough.
Oh, because of
all right, yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, by the way, there are no In-N-Out burgers east of Texas at this point, I believe.
I've never been to one.
You've never been to an In-N-Out?
No.
Anything else?
I've done it.
This gets even more detailed of crazy stuff that women have agreed to do.
Can you
to get that?
Discuss it on the air?
Of course. Yeah,
well,
go.
Okay, so one woman said that her partner went and met a guy in the car, and he had the sample with him, and they inserted it with a syringe. What?
Oh, like a turkey baster?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, well, we've heard of those,
Right.
the turkey baster stories, right?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's not a medical professional.
But
doing
I
that
had
to
no
you.
idea that Facebook had a black market for insemination. I had no idea this was going on.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And they're meeting in Starbucks parking lots for a wham bam thank you, ma'am.
And again, you're just kind of throwing caution to the wind when you're accepting what these guys say about themselves at face value.
Oh, yeah, I've got no genetic issues, no health issues. I've got no STIs, right?
Yes, exactly.
Meanwhile, he's got a wiener and a woman part, like what's her face, Jamie Lee Curtis.
What are you saying?
Doesn't she have both?
That is such an urban legend. No.
I thought that's true.
No, you're looking for the word hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
No.
I think she is.
Jamie Lee
Still
Curtis
hot. I love it.
That is not true.
This is the short hair.
One of these donors said that while she was getting to know donors, one of the looking for sperm people online said that when she was getting to know donors, they would ask irrelevant and creepy questions like, what was she wearing?
That's the donor I want.
Right?
But, hopefully these donors are not passing on like some kind of genetic traits or mutations like... sorry.
Well, sounds like they're passing on their...
Nice to meet you. What's your name? Come out with a little hand.
With little bitty hands. It's... Yes.
You have a beautiful baby boy with little hands.
Oh, Dunice is your first cousin?
Oh, no. Oh, that voice.
How many of those do we have?
I've got one. How many Dunices do I have? 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 Dunices. And I just played all 5 of them. Is there anything else, Roxanne?
I think we covered it all.
Wow. And
so that's desperation.
So your kids were done professionally by medical doctors versus you didn't hook up with some guy off of Facebook in a Taco Bell parking lot.
The big thing is I had the donor, Doug.
Oh, that's oh, so yeah.
This wasn't a necessary step.
You had the donor.
And Doug.
I was about to play a sound effect, but I did not.
Oh, I wonder which one.
No, I'm not going to play.
Does it start with an S?
No, yeah, I'm not, I've just refrained, but it would have been nice to have that sound effect right after the yeah.
Do it.
Doug.
I'm not going to do it.
You wuss.
I'm not going to. We have an update.
What is it?
What is
Roxanne
it?
doesn't know.
That's disgusting.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't help it.
I'm sorry. I couldn't. But I separated it.
You separated.
I did separate.
You did. It could have been anything.
All right. We have an update on Tiffany Gomas.
My girl.
Tiffany Gomas. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an update on the he's not real or that is not real. The lady that had the epic meltdown on an American Airlines flight.
She's a beautiful woman.
Oh, man. Guess what I just found? Oh, man.
All right, let's do it again. Looks like this thing turned out to be a real drag. About 40 minutes late, but
I know, I'm a few minutes late on hit the gas instead of the brake. No, but Tiffany Gomas, she is the woman who went nuts on the airplane and was saying that she saw something in the back of the plane that wasn't real. She just did like a couple of interviews, and one she did with the Daily Mail, the U.S. Daily Mail, offshoot of the British Daily Mail, and she did the interview in her $1.6 million Dallas, Texas home. And of course, this is Tiffany Gomas.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
And then she gets off the plane. She's like, you can stay on this plane and you're going to die. That M bleeper in the back is not real. And like people were like, what is she talking about? What is she hallucinating? Is she on shrooms? What kind of an episode is this woman having? And it turns out she's a marketing executive by the name of Tiffany Gomas, Gomas. She lives in a $1.6 million home in the Dallas area. And, of course, that video of her epic meltdown, that went totally viral. It was on an American Airlines flight last month, July 2nd. And, she's just ranting and raving. And she's an attractive woman. She, was fairly put together. I mean, physically, maybe not mentally on that particular flight. But, she had a $1,900 Goyard bag. I mean,
it doesn't matter how much money she has. Why is
no,
that?
because
you wouldn't expect somebody to act like that.
I mean, well, $1.6 million home. She's got this expensive designer bag, and she's flipping out like she's hallucinating on the airplane. And here's what she says. She says that it's amazing how your life can be turned upside down. Well, when you're on an airplane and you're having a meltdown and you're talking about some shapeshifter in the back of the plane, whatever the heck it was, what you think was in the back of the plane. I mean, she had to be on something. And remember,
what did she say?
The claim was that it all started over some kind of a fight with a relative who was on the plane over like an AirPod. It was over like an AirPod. So again, you heard the audio. I'm getting off the bleeping plane. I'm telling you right now that mother back there is not real. You can sit on the plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. That's what she's yelling. Oh, the story gets better. So she gives an interview to the Daily Mail. And she says no one knows anyone else's story and no one should judge. No one knows what it's like. Well, in this day and age where everyone has a TV camera, where everyone can record or take pictures with their cell phone, you have to assume everywhere. This is a word to the wise. You always have to assume that you are being recorded. Wherever the heck you are, assume that there's no such thing as privacy anymore. No. You've got closed circuit television, you got security cameras everywhere, and then you have everyone and their grandmother that has a 4K or you could record a high quality video with your phone. So wait a minute, it gets better. Listen to this. So she says that reporters are staking out her house. They're staking out my neighbors, going through my mail and trash. I mean, who's doing this? And she says that so much of what's out there is inaccurate. But she declined to give specifics or comment any further.
Yeah, I mean, tell us what's wrong.
But listen to this. She's 38 years old, and she's the owner of Uppercut Marketing, where on their website, this is great. On the website for Uppercut Marketing, they promise, quote, "We make you look really, really good." Wait, so this is a marketing and PR firm. They promise their clients, "We make you look really, really good." Meanwhile, did she look good with this?
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
So why would she say, this is interesting. Why is it always I don't give 2 bleeps?
I mean, how many do you want to give?
Why not 3?
Yeah.
Or 7. 7 bleeps.
How about just I don't give a bleep?
So where did that come from? Okay, because it's like I don't give 2 F's or 2 S's. Yeah, I don't give 2. Mm-hmm. Is there something significant about having 2 bleeps versus just 1 bleep?
I don't know.
One for each hand?
That
seems like 1 would be the best answer. Like I don't even give 1.
Let's ask Mr. Hanky.
Yeah.
Isn't that from South Park, right?
He'll give you 2.
Yeah. Anyway, just a bizarre story. Remember, the whole aircraft had to be deplaned. They had to rescreen everyone. And now, apparently, her life is back to normal. And she apparently has clients such as Xbox and Microsoft and others.
Yeah, she has a lot of big clients she represents.
Wow. I mean, but what's the explanation? That mother back there is not real? What does that mean?
I'm telling you, she was on shrooms.
People thought it was like, what's that airplane story where the airplane disappears for all that time and then comes back? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's with Matthew.
Manifest?
Is it Manifest? No, I think that's another one. But what was I thinking of? Anyway, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. 9:21 in minutes. We're back with the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Man, my heart is breaking for Hawaii, for Maui, and a place that I was at not too many years ago apparently is gone. Michelle and I and the kids, we went to Lahaina. Went to a famous shave ice stand, and I believe it is gone. I mean, just burned to the ground in Lahaina. Just awful. And the death toll keeps going up in Hawaii. Get to that here in just a second. Man, we got a lot of loose ends to get to before we... You see the baptizing story?
What happened?
Oh, hang on. You got to hear the baptism story. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. All right, I'm going to cram in a lot because, I hate to leave good stuff on the table, especially going into the weekend. So we're going to have a very dense, packed final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105. School starting has reminded something reminded Chloe of something that happened, and she said that she'll never forget this. And it has to do with school because, of course, most of the counties went back to school yesterday. You know, Hillsborough, Pinellas, most of the counties went back on Thursday. You had Polk County start school today, and then it's Hernando goes back on Monday. And Chloe said, "Hey, I'll never forget the time that you." I tell you what, let's let Chloe talk about what I once did, which apparently has scarred her for life. All right, calling up Chloe.
Hello?
Hello, Chloe.
Was that a Morons in the News intro for me?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Was that a Morons in the News intro for me?
No,
I didn't think that, no.
No, what did I do? What was...
Well, that's what you do. You play the rejoin music when we come back and do Morons in the News in the 6 o'clock hour. So that's what she's thinking.
No, we don't play a song there, so we have a little music coming back to talk.
That was just bumper music.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so Chloe, with all this talk of everyone going back to school, what is it that you remember and has apparently stained you for life?
Well, I was listening to Roxanne talk about, it's Evelyn, right, going into first grade? Evelyn
Yes.
Gold?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me tell you about my first day of first grade. When I came home, it was the best day ever. I had the best teacher. And I came home from school that day. We're sitting down for a family dinner. And Dad goes, "How was your first day of kindergarten?" And I have never been so insulted in my life.
Your oldest child, MJ.
So your
I'll
dad
never
gets your
forget.
school year off by 1
Yeah.
year, and you've held on to this for...
Really? It was that big of a deal, kindergarten versus first grade. Really?
No, yes, that is.
Her whole life has
that's a
been
big
affected?
difference.
And Chloe, you still remember this, and you will not what? You won't let this go? You'll remember this till your last days on planet Earth?
Probably, yes.
You're going to have to unpack that in a counseling session for sure.
You are a therapist's
I already
dream.
have.
Oh, cool.
Totally scarred, ladies and gentlemen. Chloe, because I said, hey, how was kindergarten? And she was actually in first
There's
grade.
such a big difference between a kindergartner and a first grader.
Chloe, I apologize. Is there anything I can do to make up for and you're about to take an LSAT practice test, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need a 165, okay?
Okay.
Come on, 165. Come on,
165. Or do your best. Or give it your best shot. Whatever happens, happens.
Well, Chloe,
I like that way better.
you're doing a practice right now, but you actually take the LSAT tomorrow, correct?
Yeah.
That's why Mom's flying up to take her to New Jersey to take the LSAT. Because all the testing spots in Manhattan were all booked up, so Michelle's got to take her to Jersey.
I didn't want to take it in Manhattan.
All right, well, listen, maybe it's good to get out of Manhattan.
What's it take in that hellhole?
All right, listen. Good luck, Chloe.
All right,
Thanks,
Chloe,
okay.
listen, go take your practice test. Come on, 165. If you can do a 170, that's probably good for Harvard Law.
Okay.
All right?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Hey,
all
if
right?
you, listen, if you get a 109, that's good for Cooley, all right? All right, Chloe, I'll talk to you later.
Hey.
Hey, no
Okay,
pressure,
bye.
Chloe.
All right, love you, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what
Love
a
you
jerk.
too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Why are you putting so much pressure on her?
I'm not putting pressure on her. She's taking the LSAT to try to get into law school.
You should say, just do your best. I have your support no matter what.
Yeah. Hey, Fester, which one is your favorite dollar store?
Oh, my God. How many times?
I always
How
forget.
many times?
I forget because there's Dollar Tree, there's Dollar General, there's Family Dollar, there's I need $50 to make you holler store.
Okay, so that's my favorite of them, but you need 50 of them. So Dollar Tree is now the $1.25 store.
All right, but Dollar Tree is
Dollar
your
Tree's
okay.
my jam.
That's what I thought. So why would I talk about a Dollar Tree being infested with rats in Queens, New York?
Not surprised by this at all.
But there's another. When I saw this, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
What, do they sell mousetraps there?
No.
Okay, Alec.
No. Yeah, as Alec Baldwin would say. No. So, Dollar Tree, Queens, New York, on Cross Bay Boulevard. The Dollar Tree was closed down because it was infested with rats. I mean, apparently, customers were in the store and rats are walking over their feet while they're perusing the aisles in the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, those rats are no joke.
So this Dollar Tree is at 13720 Cross Bay Boulevard in Queens. You're not going to believe this. My American Express card was compromised. Do you remember the story?
Yeah.
It was this Dollar Tree where somebody bought $700 worth of stuff at the. How do you buy $700? Really? You got to. How many shopping carts do you need with dollar items?
I mean, it depends. I mean, 6?
So this is like maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I get the fraud alerts going on and off from American Express. Whoop, 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 whoop. So the alerts are going. I'm getting text on my phone. Then my phone rings with an 800 number. It's American Express fraud department. So whatever they did, they probably said, this guy has never been in a Dollar Tree, and here he's spending $700 worth.
Mm-hmm.
So something triggered it with the American Express computers, and son of would you not, the store that was just closed down for a crazy rat infestation, this Dollar Tree on Cross Bay Boulevard is exactly where my American Express was used to the tune of $700. And American Express calls up and they're like, are you using your card at the Dollar Tree right now on Cross Bay Boulevard in Queens, New York? I'm like, nope, not me. So then you always have to wonder. I've had 2 instances. And then a couple of years after that, I had a situation where they picked up a fraud alert because somebody was trying to fill up their car with gas in Orlando with my credit card. And I'm pretty careful. I mean, I'm not doing anything really out of it. So it has to be like a server somewhere or somebody, swiped and cloned my card. But I've had 2 instances. but one of them was this rat-infested Dollar Tree.
Small world.
Yeah. And, Fox 5 in New York even did a whole story on this.
About your credit card?
No, about the rat infestation. Hundreds of rats crawling over customers' feet. And there's even a picture or a picture of like a sign on the front door. Sorry, closed today.
I'll still shop there.
Yeah. But I just thought, otherwise I would not do the story, but this was the place where my credit card was used. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is a video that's gone viral. And an 11-month-old little infant from Buffalo, New York.
Little baby.
Smacked the Bible out of the hands of the priest during a Catholic baptism.
That's a sign.
Yeah, you know what kind of sign it is? I'm going to tell you right now what kind of sign that is. Right here, baby. That's the sign right here. You saw that The Exorcist is coming back in October. There's some new Exorcist that's coming out in theaters. Yeah. So this video's gone viral. Candace Williams is holding her son Sullivan near a baptismal fountain as a Catholic priest reads from a book of sacraments, surrounded by friends and family at Our Lady of Pompeii Church in Lancaster, New York, outside of Buffalo. Sullivan quickly raises his hand and smacks the book into the holy water. And then the baby's head went and spun in circles like a tilt-a-whirl. Man, I tell you what.
So I found the footage of the baby.
Oh, yeah.
It is on social media.
Yeah, hang on. Let me turn this music off. Hold on.
We could probably leave them both playing.
No, you can't. There's no way to mix that. So let me turn off Tubular Bells. And all right, where is it?
The last box. One more.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
All right, so this is the audio?
This is the video.
But is there audio? Oh, yeah, there is audio. All right, hang on.
Oh, they had their own audio.
Oh, they put that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
he swats it right out of the hand.
But the baby smacks the holy book right out of the priest's hands. And then I think the baby said,
"Your mother so sucks in hell."
That's enough of that. But it's pretty funny video. Oh, Tico has just said that a new record has been set for summer electricity usage.
Wow.
Yep.
And bills.
And apparently it's all at my house.
Yeah. No kidding.
God, I got my...
everybody's bills are going up.
Mine was high too.
What was yours?
Like $500.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And what is it typically?
I don't know.
I got my latest bill. Hang on a minute. I got it right here. It just came in yesterday. And remember, about a month ago, I freaked out on the air. Do you remember?
Oh, how could we forget?
Guys, we were coming out of a commercial break, and I had just seen, I got an email, and it was like, your Tico bill is now available. And remember, we were live on the air. I'm like, oh, my God, holy. And I'm like, and I got, a month ago, I got a $998 Tico bill. When in the dead of summer, my highest is like $500, 5 and change. That's been my highest. I mean, typically during the course of the year, we average $275 to maybe, $375. And then summer months where highest ever is in the fives, maybe high fives. High five. High five. High five. And I mean, guess what? Yesterday's bill came in, and I just saw this. Let me bring up my email because it's now available. My statement's now available. Hey, thank you. And it's going to be jammed right up your butt.
Oh, no. Our last bill was $650.
Yikes.
And it's usually $393.
Oh, yeah, see? Your last bill was $650?
Yes.
Is Kim texting you?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That's BS.
All right, here we go. Tico Energy, your bill is ready to be viewed. Email came in. Dear blah, 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 account number 2, current month's charge is $931.99. So I'm down a whopping $58 or whatever the hell it is. So last month was $998, and oh my God, Listen to these savings, folks. My Tico bill for this month is $931.99. Oh, and the due date is 8/30. Due at the end of the month. Is that not unfreaking believable?
You're not alone.
What is going on? All right, Buccaneers, before we get out of here today, folks. The Buccaneers preseason with a quarterback starting tonight that I've never heard of in my life. What is it? Reese Witherspoon? What's the name of the quarterback?
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Or Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Baker Mayfield sounds like someone Reese Witherspoon would make a great couple with. Like they're
sounds like a boxer.
Yeah.
It's what it sounds like.
So Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner. And he's played for Cleveland for a couple of years. Had a good year last year with Los Angeles.
Anyway, listen, coming off of Tom Brady, really? I mean, come on. It just feels like...
Look, it feels like Deflategate.
If they had,
oh, you got that? Was that a good deflate sound?
Yeah, that was good.
I just deflated. That's what. No, coming off of Tom Brady, it feels like. Listen, anyone plugged in, is going to be, kind of anticlimactic, unless you stole some other whopper player from a different team.
Hey, my disgusting shakes I've been drinking all week?
Oh, those green sludge shakes? Yeah.
They're made with goat protein or goat whey. I was like, that would be a great smoothie for Tom.
Anyway,
right?
Greatest of all time. So, Bucs tonight playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
Yeah, at Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, they're going to play at the Tampa Catholic football field.
Go Crusaders!
Of course they're playing in Ray J.
Play in Pittsburgh,
the home of Joanna Garcia.
That's
right.
So go Bucs.
Nobody
Listen, no one really cares about preseason. But anyway, so that's tonight at Ray J. We'll see. Hey, the Bucs are not supposed to have a good season. But guess what? Hope you have a good weekend, folks. We'll see you back here on Monday. Thank you for listening to the MJ Morning Show. You need to get a hold of me. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow right now. I want 58 new followers right now. Follow me right now at Certified MJ Radio and give a follow to MJ Morning Show as well. You need to email me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Folks, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.
Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anna Char Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747